What is up, everybody? Welcome to the defense of Lordaeron. Well, I'm gonna do it on Alliance first because I know I'm gonna lose on purpose, and then we're gonna win once I get on my undead. So I do want to do it on my Alliance first. But we're gonna do this scenario. I haven't done it yet. I don't know what happens, so I'm interested to find out what else they left out in the beta. Wait, let me take a look here. Is that okay? What's up, Paulo? How you doing? What's up, Demon Hunter? So I'm interested to see. Can I do that? That's not it. That's what it is. Okay. Living that pug life. Alright, let's start going over to Stormwind Harbor. Hour of Reckoning. This is it. I don't know if it's the call for... Yeah, the call... This is for allied races, right? Yeah. I haven't done those. Let's do this. Let's not take over Undercity. I don't know if the... give me 1 second. Let me look at something here. Okay, it is sending. Okay, perfect. Okay, I was just making sure that it's also but it is. All right, let's go over here. Let's do this. Let's lose this battle for Lordaeron. I want to keep my home as an undead. And then after that, I did finish leveling up my Vengeance Demon Hunter in the beta, and I geared out completely just by spamming Warfronts. So got a lot of gear. I actually like this weapon. Very simple, but I like it. Do you get a mount for finishing this? Paulo, you get a mount for finishing last week's. So last week's set of quests, you do get, let me see if I can show you. Plague Bat or something. Oh, I guess I can't show you. Hippogriff. I guess I can't show you the Horde one. This is the one you get as that's the one you get as Alliance. I was trying to show the undead one. I mean the Horde one. Warfronts are the best. Very easy to gear up through Warfronts. I hope they change it, because Warfronts right now drop Mythic 0 gear. So if all you do is spam Warfronts every 20 minutes, you get a guaranteed piece of gear. And if you go do a Mythic Plus, it'll take you 20 minutes as well. And you probably get one piece of gear. Arguably, Mythic Plus is still going to be useful for trinkets and rings and things like that. What's up, Epic? Spamming Warfronts, the scenario or world quest. James, in the beta right now, if you spam Warfronts, you get one piece of gear for like your main slots, right? So you'll get gloves, belt, pants, boots, bracers. You don't get any of the Azurite gear. You don't get trinkets or rings. You don't get a weapon, but you get like all of the main pieces of gear at Mythic 0 level just by doing Warfronts. It might change once it goes live. I would hope so. Almost guaranteed. I haven't done a Warfront without getting gear. Mythic Zeros or Mythics I have. Like, it's almost guaranteed. I think you get one piece for every 4 bosses you do, so there's some that are like sometimes it doesn't drop. Oh, okay. Yeah, James, I hope they change it. Right now it's just, you know, you just do a 20-minute warfront. I timed it too. I was doing 20-minute warfronts, getting a piece of gear. And then if it's a piece of gear that you can't use, like if you already have pants and you get pants again, you can just go to the scrapper and turn that into gold. And then if you the Warfront gear can also Titan Forge and Warforge. So if you keep spamming it enough, you'll get, you know, Mythic +2, Mythic +3 quality. Whoa. Whoa. RIP FPS, by the way. Let me see. Should I change some of the settings here? Shadow quality, that can go to low. Liquid detail, yeah. Sun shafts, that can go to low. Let's try that. Is that gonna work a little bit? Helps out a little bit. Is this the first time I'm doing the scenario? Yes. Yeah. So I don't know, like the cutscenes or anything that were, like I've done it in the beta. Hold on, this is a little loud, isn't it? Yeah. I've done it in the beta, but in the beta, not all the cutscenes were here. So yeah, I haven't done this on live with all of the cutscenes actually here. Could it be overproducing high drops so people can test on beta? It could be, James. There's been a few instances of that in the beta, where there's been a few places where people can go for really high gear, and then all of a sudden they change it the next week. So right now, that's what I'm hoping. Since it doesn't give you Azurite gear and rings and trinkets, it's not the end-all be-all thing, and weapons actually. It's not the end-all be-all. Like, you still have to do other content in order to completely gear out your character. That being said, yesterday I was discussing this with my guild. I didn't know that Mythic Plus opened up on the same day that Eldir opened up as well. I thought Mythic Plus opened up on that first reset. So game for me, time-wise, launches Monday at 3 p.m. I thought that's when we were going to get Mythic Plus, was that Tuesday reset. But no, Mythic Plus isn't until September 4th when Eldir launches. What's up, Farseer? The Dark Lady did nothing wrong. Leave her alone. She's a saint, guys. She's a saint. We only call her the Dark Lady because of the Banshee tears. That's why. It's just, they just kind of became like almost like tattoos on her. That's all. It's over. It's over. The walls are gonna fall. It will only be Mythic spam. Yeah, it's gonna be Mythic 0 spam. So unless you get Titan Forge, that means that the best you're gonna be able to get is 340 item level by the time Uldir launches. So when Uldir goes live, you're gonna be 15 item levels lower than what the drops are. I mean, it's a good thing at the end of the day, so you can't just have 3 weeks of spamming Mythic Plus, and then when Eldir comes out, it's old content and you don't care about it anymore. So I understand why they're trying to keep it relevant. They also are going to get 3 weeks of actual numbers of testing of people saying these are the DPS numbers, these are this, and so they have 3 weeks of tuning before the raid comes out. Sylvanas being ruthless is an understatement. Sylvanas is very ruthless right now. Exalted rep gear, that's 350 to 355. Yeah, the exalted rep gear is a few pieces. I want to say there's like 4, maybe 5 pieces. But it's not, you know, once world quests unlock as well, it's going to be really easy. So once you hit max level, in order to gain rep, you'll do the mission board and you'll do world quests, and that'll be an easy way of getting all that rep. Especially if you have 3 weeks to do it, you can kind of AFK do it with the mission wall. Okay, so this was in the beta. So yeah, you can just kind of AFK do it with a mission wall, do world quests every now and then the emissary caches are going to have a lot more for you as well. What's up, Mojo? How you doing, my man? Mojo, I'm working on the whole PO box stuff and things. I basically need to register an LLC before I get a PO box. So still working on it, man. Are Warfronts right away, or are they later like raids in Mythic Plus? I don't know, James. I don't know what the timing is. They haven't said anything about restricting the time. They Warfronts also give one really good piece of gear per week. Yeah, so this was on beta, right? She's killing everybody. She's blighting everybody on the ground. Alliance and Horde. Doesn't matter who. After she blights them, she raises them. Which, at the end of the day, yeah, she's killing her own people, but you got to understand that it's kind of like a zombie virus, right? It's like you can either keep your people or kill everybody and then take everybody as your own troops. So it's an easy way of like doubling or tripling your army by taking the armies of the opposite faction. So at the end of the day, it's kind of unfortunate that she kills her people, but the only way she could stand a chance in this fight is by taking control of both armies. Just having control of everything. But yeah, as far as Warfronts being right away, I haven't seen any posts on the timer on Warfronts. I did have a post I had opened yesterday. Let me see if I still have it somewhere in my history, where it was talking about the timing. Whoa, 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 let's back up while I look up this no, I don't see the page on my recents. I'm not dying, am I? No, okay. I'm trying. Here it is. World of Warcraft release dates. Oh, let's get out of here. I'm dying. I'm dying. Let's get a little bit of Blood Drinker going. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. This article doesn't have it either. Oh, there it is. There it is. We're losing. We're losing ground. 350 overall with a few Warfronts. 370 drop reward. Yeah, I'm not sure if the 370 drop reward is going to be right away, because then that gives you 3 weeks of getting the 370. So I'm not sure. This was not in the beta. Look again. Going full feral.
Our assault has been for nothing.
CGI looks pretty good.
What now?
What? She brought the boat she raised from the ground? So she went arcane now? Was that arcane underneath the boat? She's just doing all 3 of them now? I want to see Jaina go full fire as well. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I don't know, is Jaina doing it for Anduin or against Sylvanas? New mage class mount? I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, that's crazy. Arcane Barrage on Lordaeron. You need to stop, Jaina. That's my house. You should knock. If you plan on gearing right, you'd probably be 350, 351 by the... Yeah, if you're completely maxing out everything. Absolutely.
Jaina, thank the light.
Also, with a few Warforges and Titan Forges, you'll probably get up there. Always read the fine print before you sign up to anything with Sylvanas. You shouldn't sign up with anything with Sylvanas. Most of the contracts with Sylvanas are things that you're like grandfathered into. It's like, I'm already undead. All right, let's do this. What's up, Muhammad? How you doing, my friend? Wow. I remember seeing Jaina in the BfA things. I didn't think she would come in riding on her dad's old ship and just completely destroying everything. I was not expecting that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just wasn't expecting that. Your keyboard broke a wire, so you're trying to solder it back together. Oh dang, man. What kind of keyboard do you have? Jaina rules. That was very unexpected. This really is, BfA really is gonna be for PvP. It's gonna be like, what? Let's kill Jaina. No, I love Jaina. No, let's kill Sylvanas. No, I love Sylvanas. It's gonna be all sorts of things, all sorts of mayhem. Dead Dad's Risen flagship. Yup. What's up, Bedley? How you doing? Alright, we'll get a blood drinker going here. Oh, and I won't get pushed back. Alright, we're gonna have to kill this this druid that's messing with us this whole time. There it is. Windseeker Druid. Thanks, James. I appreciate the kind words, my friend. Arcane Cannon, floating ship. What else could Jaina do with Arcane? Pizza, burgers? Hey, that sounds amazing right now. Kill everyone. Dude, right now, I want to lose, Mohammed. I'm on my Alliance character first. I want to lose. So, I'm just going to start AFKing on everything. Just going to completely ignore the objective. Like, you want me to do what? Man, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what destroy the gate means. Thank you for all the videos. Fresh back to the game. They really helped. Big Kahuna. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I hope all those weak auras have helped. What I'm going to be working on now is, since I finally level up my Vengeance Demon Hunter and geared out, I'm going to be doing my rank of tanks, so you guys can finally get that, like my firm opinion on all the tanks from someone who has leveled up to 120 on every single tank and someone who has done Mythic Plus on every single tank on BfA. So I'm going to be doing that next, and then all of my dungeon guides. So I want all the dungeon guides to be live by the time the game launches on Monday, but there might be a few that might go live a little bit later, maybe on like the Tuesday or something. So I'm gonna try, but I can't guarantee absolutely all of them. Like, this is crunch time. This basically makes it so it's like two completely edited videos a day. So we'll see how much I can get done by then. That's the goal. I would like to do a few more of the builds, the raid builds, but that might have to wait till after everything goes live. You have a way old school Alienware from like 2004, whenever BC came out. Oh wow, that's pretty cool, man. That was before Alienware was purchased by Dell, right? The story is epic. Too bad those in-game cinematics for part 3 are so underwhelming. What are you talking about? The new Jaina cinematic just was right now, and that was actually pretty cool. I liked it. I liked it. I did not. I'll tell you what. It was very unexpected too to have Jaina just drop in and completely obliterate the wall. I thought there was mounts I could get on Alliance, like the spider mount, that thing. I've only done the Alliance area, or the Alliance side of Quest once on the beta. Alright, let's just grip everybody. I'm in the Blight, but LOL, I'm a DK, I can heal. ninja pull all the things. So every time I've done this scenario in the beta, I've always been like, I'm invincible. I can just pull all this. I end up pulling out all of it, and I think I've died twice or 3 times in the beta now when I've done this, and it's like, okay, all right, you teach me respect by killing me. I got it. Understood now. I'll respect this this scenario. Grabbing some food for sure, Demon Hunter. Bring a little bit extra. I could use some. What's up, nerds? Do I do DPS week auras? Not yet. So I've worked on a few of them, and on live. Oh, actually, I am on live. Let me show you. I've done arms a little bit. That being said, it has more of a focus on PvP because that's all I've really done with arms. But this is my current arms one. So, are you in defensive stance? Where's your snare? Execute. I enter combat. And then a few of the abilities. Kane, if you want those, you can let me know and I can link them. Yeah. Oh, I remember this cutscene. She blights this whole area and runs away. She's like, "Everybody, get out!" Brewmaster race. Yeah, my first 2 tanks for the BfA are gonna be my Prot Warrior and then Brewmaster. It was amazing, and you were a PC noob. Now you build. Mojo, for the most part, I would be building stuff too, but I recently upgraded my rig, and I mean, you know this. So I recently upgraded, but I found such a good deal on this. It was cheaper than if I would have built it. I don't know why it was on like a flash sale, on like a fire sale. But yeah, this was pretty cheap. But you love this board, so many raids. Just keep it alive, man. Keep it alive. This guy's just running into mines. Oh, everybody is. You guys are crazy. Yeah, let's get on the flying machines. Let's do it. This is when flying mounts were introduced into the game. Oh, it's just this one that we all have to click on. Sylvanas and Sarafang on the wall is so badly done. What do you mean it's so badly done? The CGI itself? Loktar, always Loktar. Loktar Ogar, my friend. Oh, wait, did a bunch of people... Oh, I thought they all ran into the blight. This is vehicle. I thought everybody was dying in my group. Alright, Sarafang. We just gotta slap you in the face a little bit. I remember this.
Nothing of the sort. I will never stand down. I eat.
Pollo a la brasa? That sounds delicious. What's up, hooves?
What price have you paid for your people?
This expansion became a mecha anime. It's not terrible. I think the gnomes definitely needed a little bit more spotlight besides being the people who lived with the dwarves, right? That's all the gnomes were before. The gnomes were just like, oh yeah, it's right next to Ironforge. They just have like a used to be city. I don't know what they do now. They just have like a bunch of their former stuff there. At least now they're getting a little bit of recognition, which is cool. I believe everybody in the faction should get, you know, some spotlight. We're war criminals now. I haven't done the Horde one yet, but we already are war criminals. Killing everyone with the blight. That's fine. You want an easy way to make your army 3 times bigger? Just kill everybody and then take over them. There it is. Lock them up. Lock them up. Hey, so in the BfA, oh, I'm right here. Here I am. In the BfA, you were on the side. So here I am in this cutscene, right? Before in the beta, you were like over here. This was you, this guy. GPUs are insanely pricey right now. They're going down in price, mostly because crypto has kind of taken a dive. Not only that, but they're also coming up with new ways of mining that are more CPU focused rather than GPU focused. So the GPU market's bouncing back. Arms got buffed, yeah, like 4% to everything, right? Rogues got nerfed, yeah. They were too powerful. If you return. His neck piece was all messed up. He couldn't put it on after he was talking to Zappy Boy. He only had one shoulder in that cutscene because him and Zappy Boy were only able to put one back on. Let's go. Alright, so this is where it ended in the beta. Yeah, this is all new. Oh, using the in-game models, not the CGI. Yeah, the CGI for old warrior or old soldier, that was amazing. Oh, he's got his dad's sword all covered in blood. She's on the throne.
Look at you. The boys playing soldier.
That throne looks a little different too.
Just routed your army.
Muzzle your dog, your majesty.
Oof.
Sylvanas Windrunner, you have led the Horde to a place without honor. Lordaeron is ours. It's over.
Your
Wait, what do you care
father
about her
will be
honor?
So proud.
Oh.
Is that his? You've gotten it all bloody.
Only
That's
one
true.
of us wanted this war.
You call for peace when it suits you, little lion. But you're quick enough to kill.
I should have killed you.
I agree.
last
You can't always be on the right side of every fight.
Rude, sister. You're a guest in my home.
Your home. You desecrate that throne with your filth. Enough!
Someone's a little emotional.
You put the torch to Teldrassil. But I failed those who burned. I will not make that mistake again. Surrender. Or die.
Good luck trying to kill her. How is that epic? Wait, what are we talking about? What epic? Yeah, this is playable. This is on live right now. Like, this wasn't in the beta. These cutscenes were omitted from the beta, so you couldn't tell. Sylvanas is gonna mess him up. So they're planning to just straight up kill her?
Nothing.
There it is. Wait, so... Uh-oh. Is Sylvanas... Did Sylvanas make me homeless? Sylvanas destroyed my own home? This is messed up. See, now I don't like Sylvanas. It has nothing to do with Teldrassil. She destroyed my own house? Okay, is she gonna give me a gas mask for me to be able to go back in there? Why can't I go back to my house? Hey, how come Mr. Goblin Man wasn't on that airship with us? Is he too busy selling all the Azurite on the black market? Is he too busy selling it to our enemies? He's like selling it to the Alliance. Your life for Zappy?
Your legend, bro.
I think that's it, right? That's all we did? That's it. Yeah, this is Allied Races. Alright, time for Horde. Man. She made me homeless. Alright, let me switch over. And is this playable now, Kane? Yes, it is. Oh, wrong realm. 1 second. Zappy Boy is gone. You think Zappy Boy went down in that? Nah. Oh, is that why Sirefang bowed down and he's like, you know what? Just take me in. My new adopted child is now gone as well. I have nothing to live for. Alright, let's find out. Let's see what happens to my house. Well, we already know what happens. RNGesus made that rig for you so he can invade your WoW files. That's why the price was so low. It came with the root kit? Horde side is fun. Just wish Sylvanas would berate me more. Just directly? She's just like, you, soldier. Why is your transmog so terrible? Get out of my face. You saw Undercity in live? Oh, man. Oh, I gotta fly over there. So Sylvanas burned the tree and gassed the castle. Yeah, so everything that has been destroyed. It was like, who destroyed this? It was Sylvanas. Who destroyed this? Oh, Sylvanas. In two between the northern and the southern barons. Was that Deathwing? That was Sylvanas. She did it. And you were talking last stream about how good it is to be Bones. Look, we'll get a new house. I'll tell you what. Lordaeron was an adopted house. We took that house from someone else, so it was like secondhand. Now that our current house is gone, now we're gonna build our own house. We're gonna be good. His shoulder is already off. Why? And his neck is already all. Doesn't he take it off in a little while? This isn't accurate. Blizzard, this isn't even playable anymore.
To die today on the field of battle.
So yeah, now we're gonna get a new house. We're gonna build it from the ground up. I'll tell you what, we are gonna take the ashes of Teldrassil and build a castle out of glass. There's a lot of ashes there. That giant pile of ashes, we're gonna convert it all into glass. And we're gonna build a giant glass castle. That's what we're gonna do for the undead. Are you questioning the queen? I wouldn't. What headset am I using? You need a new one? Mojo, I wouldn't recommend the one I'm using right now. The old one I had, however, I would. The old one I had was a Steel Series. One second, let me grab it. So this is my old one, and it was a Steel Series. I'm not sure like what model it was or anything like that, but the one I'm using right now, I can't recommend this one. I bought it and the microphone on it is terrible. If you guys have been here for a while, you guys remember when I switched my headset, tried using this new headset mic? It was terrible. Don't do it. But I would recommend SteelSeries or Logitech. Those are two normally pretty good brands for headsets. SteelSeries is a little more expensive. Logitech you can find at different price points. The dude has strong eyebrows. Who are we talking about? And what's up, Hector? Next is Borealis and then Stormwind. She actually wanted to take Stormwind too, which, let's do it. Let's do it. Stormwind isn't as fortified as it used to be, man. With the harbor and the and like the park where there used to be like spires and towers there, it's not as protected anymore. Oh, I forgot I'm running Dragon's Roar here on live. I'm running Punish and Heavy Repercussions? Huh. I must have been testing something out. I wouldn't really be running Punish. Oh, I know what I was doing. Yeah, I had never ran Throne of Thunder. And that last boss, that's a weekly boss that you get like 30 attempts for. You need to DPS him down or he one-shots you. So I ran a full DPS build on my prot to just nuke that boss in Throne of Thunder as prot. And I did it, guys. I did it. Then Pandaria. Hang me with my War Chief? Oh, no. Look, it is war. I'm okay with what's happening. Sylvanas, don't care. Your home, my home, it's all gone. She's gonna build us a new house out of the ashes of Teldrassil, I'm telling you. It's gonna be a palace made out of glass. Is it not this way anymore? Yeah, it is. Sarfang. Alright. What's up, Scruncho? How you doing? Zappy Boy survived. He was in the last frame of the intro cinematic next to War Chief. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
We have them cornered. We've been conquered.
Immersion ruined.
I got the intel. We just gotta make it out of here.
ICC is a new undead house. ICC is an undead house, but those are still the undead that are still listening to the Lich King. They're still under Bobar. Which, by the way, something else to add to the tinfoil hat theory that we were talking about last time with the new Lich King and Sylvanas being the new Lich Queen is, if you guys remember when they were talking about balancing for BfA and they were talking about warlocks, and Ian said, "No king rules forever." Isn't that what Arthas's dad told him when he lay there in the throne dying? Didn't he say no king rules forever to him? And then he died, and then after Bolvar took his place? There's just more Lich King references, more of them. Why was it on Ian's mind? It's fresh in there. He's messing with us. Ian is trying to plant something, man. An ash castle, I love it. Look, that's the one thing you can do with ashes, right? We have all of this material left over from Teldrassil. Not too much lumber, spoiler alert. All that's left is ashes. What can you build with ashes? You make glass out of it. You just got the new Steel Series 7 4 days ago, and you don't like it? Oh no, that was Nerds, my bad. Yeah, I like the Steel Series headsets. Once this one starts to give out, not going with whatever this brand was again. I don't even remember what it was. That's how, after I tried it, I was like, this isn't, I don't need to remember this information. You have the old school Steel Series WoW MMO mouse, the original from BC days, still kicking. Yeah, I recently got another mouse. I linked it in the community Discord, if you guys would like to check it out. I used to always use 2-button mice, like 2 buttons on the sides. And I find myself wanting more and more keybinds, so this one's got 5. I don't know, those like the Razor Naga and stuff with the 20 buttons on the side, it seems like a whole lot to get used to in one go. So I'm working my way up to 20 buttons. I think if I did a lot more PvP, I would need them for focus macros, but for the time being, let's go. Let's use the portal. This is about where it ended before. We did this part. We run away, and then that was it. I forgot to buff everyone. Whoops.
Is the Undercity evacuated?
Yes, War Chief.
Oh, by the way, guys, look at this. I have my Water Strider for BfA. Finally. I'm about 4 expansions late.
Champions, your war
In the Rogue Order campaign, Stormwind was invaded by the Legion before you saved them. Oh.
their numbers are strong.
I'm just waiting for Sylvanas to do it too.
Stronger.
What's up, Thomas? How you doing?
The Horde. We crush
When are we getting the playable Banshee?
oh God.
The Banshee class? That would be cool, actually. I'm assuming she wears male because she was a hunter. So I'm assuming it'd be a male class. Just plague everything. Alright. Oh, I'm not running, I'm confusing my BfA beta build with this build. And I'm like, wait, why am I not Thunder? And I just ran a dungeon on my warrior in the beta as well. You have the Corsair mouse with all the buttons? Yeah, I gotta work my way up there. Using modifier keys really helps out, by the way. In case you guys have a lot of macros, modifier keys really help out. The 15 button model. So jelly for that WoW MMO mouse. There's a specific WoW MMO mouse?
I've never seen anything like it.
The new war chief will be Nami. That explains why Teldrassil burned. If it was Nami, it makes a lot of sense. Nami burns everything. Alright, we gotta get 3 waves of these guys. It sucked grinding for the water mount. Yeah, I hadn't used my time warp tokens or whatever they're called. Not time warp. I hadn't used my tokens, so I actually got it with one go last time it was up. What's up, Matney? Check out the latest Razor Naga. From what you know, he has exchangeable button plates. Oh wow. I didn't know that. I thought they were all still the same thing. They were just maybe revamping like the RGB lighting or something. New class has to be an elf anyway, so it'd be the Dark Ranger class. I think the new class has to be male, just in general. Because right now, male wearers, you have hunters and shamans. So I think the next class that they introduce, which will be next expansion, not BfA, but they introduce a new class every other. I think it'll be a male wearing class. Ignore Matinee Day? No, what's up, Matinee? I just saw your question. I didn't see the faction war. That is the focus in the new expansion. So the faction war is the scenarios you get to do for the pre-launch. It's an official World of Warcraft MMO mouse. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Taking out our weapon. We were using that Azurite, man. Does gear drop from the Lordaeron quest like Darkshore quest did? You get one weapon, Ryan, from beginning everything. It's not a very good weapon, but you get a weapon. You got a two-hander and a one-hander. I'll show you. You're playing MOBA or anything? Yeah. 12 Siege? A male wearing battle mage class. My mage's name is battle mage. I want a battle mage. I want like a, if you guys ever played Skyrim, you guys know the conjurer class. That's what I want. I want someone who doesn't have weapons or something, conjures their own weapons, conjures their own shields and bubbles, and just relies very heavily on mana to enhance their war, the way that they do war, and mostly in melee. That'd be really cool. Vid wait offline. Oh, the vid went on offline. Oh, my bad. It doesn't show me that it's having any issues. For you too? Oh. Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see the drop in people. There is no honor in this victory, Sirefang. Oh, if we abandon our own, I got him. I got him. I'll pick him up. We can get everybody else though. So there's two options when you go and do this area. There's one option that just says, give me a gas mask, and there's one that says, give me a gas mask and a blight canister. So if you're standing with Sirefang, you only get the gas mask so that you don't die, and you focus on rescuing your own, right? You focus on healing these guys, because if you don't heal them, they're gonna turn into blighted individuals. And if you don't care, then you go and you blight all of the alliance over here, and you don't rescue anyone. You're running any mythics yet on the PTR, Renegade? I am going to. You mean on this live stream in particular? I haven't yet on my Demon Hunter. I'm going to after this. But I've done Mythic Plus on every other tank besides the Vengeance Demon Hunter in the BfA already, yes. In previous streams. Yeah, break the ranks. Is Blood DK good or not? It's very good. Very, very good. The weapons from Darkshore are better than what the Sylvanas gives you? Yes. That is very true, nerds. Looking forward to see you play on your second tank in BfA? For sure, Thomas. We have 3 weeks of BfA before Mythic Plus comes out, so I'm gonna focus on those 2 tanks, and then I might be able to get some other stuff up there as well. We'll see. I also have a Paladin waiting at 110 that I played Holy in Legion. I've got my Mage, which I really have been enjoying playing as well, a little bit more of. This is terrible, man. Look at that. Arcane and Frost at the same time. Dual spec. That isn't a thing anymore, Jaina. Stop it. You don't think there's enough Blight around Undercity right now? No, we gotta step our game up. Went offline for like 30 seconds. That's really weird. Yeah, sorry about that.
We end this now.
Epic cutscene. That actually is pretty good. I like the whole Jaina thing coming in. Your Mythic Plus pathing video saved you. Renegade, thank you. I'm working at this point on the boss guides for the new dungeons, so those will be dropping when BfA launches that Monday, check back into the channel, and I'll have as many as I can up. I want to finish all of them, but I don't know if I can like physically do all of that. I don't know if I have enough time to do like all the renders and everything by Monday, so working on it, man. Can we kill Jaina yet? Not yet. She's gonna, when she turns into a Dreadlord, we'll take care of her. Don't worry about it. Yeah, when she turns into a Dreadlord, we'll get her.
Bane, gather the catapult and every apothecary you can find. Send them to the keep at once.
See, so Nathanos is down with this.
Where is Sourfang? There is no time. We have but precious moments before
Nathanos said, gather every apothecary you can and send them to the keep. So Nathanos is like, we're blighting this place? Let's do it.
out in the open. We will outnumber them 10 to 1. Understood.
And yeah, Saurfang is gone. Okay.
No. Lorthamar and I will handle the
You're getting a lot of lag in here. In the stream? The stream has a lot of lag still?
unguarded. You are not to leave her side.
How long are you expecting?
Let me
to
see
hold
if
them
I
off?
can
What is the war chief's strategy?
lower this. Get rid of that.
Herself. Now go.
Trying to cut back on some things here.
With me.
Okay.
We rally in the keep. Your war chief commands it.
8 out of 8:13, 5 p.m. Texas, 1:20. Here I come. Yeah. So when BfA launches, we are also going to be going live and live leveling, because I think I've got a BNet
Position them on the roof.
update. That's probably what messed up the stream, guys. I'm very sorry. There was apparently a BNet update that was happening in the background. That's terrible.
Light throwers.
We all know Nathanos and Sylvanas. If undead do it, yeah.
Between us and
I'm not sure what undeads specifically do though.
soldiers. Fall into position.
Let's make 4 or 5 groups and smash to 120. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of dungeon crawling. I've been talking to a guild healer, and he said he's down for doing the dungeon crawling. So hopefully he's down. And when BfA goes live, we'll be doing a lot of that, a lot of dungeon crawling. Or she could be a Dreadlord, but with tentacles. She's already got the tentacles. When she goes full Banshee, they pop up behind her.
Enormous. Give the word, and I will teleport us to safety.
Yeah, Jaina wants to back away.
No. We will fight.
Oh,
Die
Manduin
for what we believe in.
stepping up.
Your time is up.
Alliance gets spaceships and magic warships, and we get a Lost War hero.
For the Forsaken.
We get Blight. Oh, the summoning of the army. Yo, that's your sister, Sylvanas. You're gonna let her do that?
Valeria, thank the light you've made it.
I am known for my time. Makator, are you ready for
I'm known for my timing because everybody thought she was dead for like 5,000 years. Defeat King Anduin. Can I even hit King Anduin? Where is King Manduin? I'm gonna target him first.
The rest of our troops and focus on routing the
I don't think I can. Here's Jaina. Let's go. Let's go, Jaina. Oh, she would blink. And I'm snared. And I just popped Avatar. Come on, Jaina. Let's go. Let's go. She's immune to interrupts? This is terrible. I got her, though. I'm not worried about it. If I kill Jaina, Horde wins. Oh, she's trying to blink away. I got you. I got you here. I can't even snare her. My trinket doesn't even snare her. Can you take Demo Shout? Yeah, you can. Okay. We got you, Jaina. She's at like 99.8 now, guys. I'm working on it. Working on it. King Anduin shudders. There it is. There it is. We're gonna get Jaina. I have Battle Shout now, guys. I got extra damage. Sylvanas called for the retreat. She was at like 99.7. I was working on it.
Hold them back.
Sylvanas, why you do this? You sent me a Discord message for sure. Oh wait, Matney, are you healing? Is that what you're saying? Are you a healer?
No, they must not escape.
They must not escape. What happened to your ship? You're not gonna use your ship? Alright, let's just back up, guys. Back up and just throw bombs everywhere. Let's just blight this whole place.
I will block the alliance from behind. Keep moving.
I'm moving, I'm moving. Look at this. This is all blowing up. Let's get the hell out of here. Blight affects everyone but him and Jaina. Guys, I was going in on Jaina. I don't know what happened. It's like PvPing a Frost Mage as a warrior. It's always terrible. Oh, you're a monk? For sure, man.
Almost there. Make haste, heroes.
Make haste. Alright, Sylvanas is here. What are we doing? We're going to Mount Hyjal. We're going to burn that place down too.
Good of you to finally show up, High Overlord.
Oof. Talking smack to Sourfang.
See it for myself. Was this your plan all along? Is this how
You talking
get
smack to the
achieve
Banshee Queen,
victory?
Sourfang?
This.
Why is he in combat stance? He's ready to swing too. Look at him.
Means nothing to a corpse, Sarfang. You have the luxury of underestimating death, but it is something with which I am intimately familiar.
It's true.
Maybe you don't care if your people die so long as it's honorable, but to me, this horde is worth.
You see, she's a good person. She wants to
Anyone who
save the horde.
disagrees does not deserve to stand amongst
She's a good person. She knows what death feels
Warrior's
like.
Death, High Overlord Sarfang, it means little to me. Perhaps I will raise your broken body to serve me
You
once
should. It's a good body.
more. Or perhaps you will have a chance to say hello to your son.
Oh, okay, that one hurts. Ouch.
Champions, with me,
Ouch.
you are invited to bear witness to the grand finale.
Everybody's doing slash cry and slash sigh at Sylvanas. Don't they mean slash bow?
Greetings, champion.
Slash bow. Here we go. Bow before Sylvanas, guys. There it is. Wait, so she's alone in the throne room. Uh-oh.
You abandoned Sourfang to die out there.
He
It is
left
the death
himself.
you wanted.
Yeah, he left
If it
himself out there.
troubles you, you're free to join him.
I can't death grip him.
Or you can tend to the living. The choice is yours.
For the Horde.
Oh no. A little sassy.
You know what must be done. Go, my champion.
Snipe Anduin. Snipe Anduin. Do it. The Alliance will prevail. But Anduin is being controlled by old gods. We know this. We all know this. He's a liar. Il'gynoth told me that Anduin is a liar. Look at him. He's got like tentacles coming out of him.
Look at you. The boy's playing soldier.
Our king just routed your army.
Muzzle your dog, your majesty.
Yeah, he's a little too aggressive. He's a little too emotional right now.
Windrunner, you have led the Horde to a place.
Those are
without
fighting
honor.
words? Yep.
Lordaeron is ours. It's over.
Manduin's got a little glow about him.
So
You guys see that in the cutscene?
is that his? You've gotten it all bloody.
Only one of us wanted this war.
You call for peace when it suits you, little lion.
Right. Your sword's not bloody because you didn't kill a bunch of Horde.
Killed you
It's messed up.
last we met.
How rude, sister.
When you first saw that,
You're a
you thought that she
guest
sent him
in
after
my
Bane?
Your home.
Wait, really? What, Matney?
Desecrate that throne with your
Sylvanas looks more aligned with the old gods than Anduin.
You
How?
put the torch to Teldrassil, but I failed those who burned. I will not make that mistake again. Surrender or die.
Look at that. 4v1. Sylvanas made the mistake of getting up in melee range once before. She's got to be careful. She burned the tree. She's looking for war. There's always been war. The Alliance and the Horde have always been fighting amongst each other. She didn't start the war. The Alliance and Horde have always been enemies. Now, we take breaks because the enemy of my enemy... No, that's not true. I was going to say the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But no, it's like, let's just defeat our common enemy. Where's the goblin dude here? Why isn't he here? Oh, there's Jaina's ship. Oh, you made it out. Okay. I'll come back for you. But the war has been going on forever. So she didn't start anything. Also, Azerite is here. If we were just to play nice and let Alliance go over to the wound in Silithus and take as much Azerite as they want, they could then come over to the Horde and go, hey, whoever wants to be nice to us, we'll let them live. Whoever doesn't want to be nice to us, we'll kill them. So, I mean, at the same time, it's war. You got to protect your resources. Thrall had honor. How did Thrall have honor when he fought Garrosh and he called upon the elements to kill Garrosh in a duel? The reason why Thrall isn't the war chief right now is because he straight up cheated. If your Horde fails to uphold honor as Garrosh did, we will end here. Alright, so that does it for those cinematics. Let's hop over to the beta and start doing some Mythic Plus on Avengers Demon Hunter. It does require me to reset this BattleNet that had an update right now. Garrosh was more corrupted than anyone. But when he fought Thrall, there was honor in that fight. Garrosh had honor. Now, he also wanted the most power. But Garrosh knew how to hold it down. All I'm saying is Sylvanas is doing it for the Horde and for her people. Noble? I've seen Noble. Sylvanas and Forsaken have never been in the Horde and therefore themselves. Yeah, Sylvanas has always been selfish. I said it on the last live stream. The reason why Sylvanas is the war chief is so that the reason, like, the one thing she brings to the mix is the fact that she can't be influenced by old gods, and we're gonna need her. We have the wound in Silithus. We are going to need all of that. The tree Teldrassil got burnt to the ground. The old gods are coming. We need people who are not going to be influenced by the old gods. And we'll see that out of Sylvanas. But she's always been selfish. And if you tell me, like, Sylvanas is evil, I know. She's always been evil. In the book, Thrall cheated, but you're pretty sure the in-game text Garrosh said anything goes. Huh, I'd have to take a look at that. Alright, there it is. BNet update went through. One thing that points me to Sylvana action is what Vol'jin said. The spirits have whispered me your name. Sylvanas has landed on Serenite and died on it and not been influenced. So I don't see that happening as Sylvanas being the pawn of the old gods. All right, let's do this. All right, time. Look at this, guys. 120 warrior, Mythic plus, done. 120 paladin, Mythic plus, done. Druid, done. Death Knight, done. Monk, done. Last tank here. Transmog's a little wonky. Transmog's a little off. How do I have only one Legion artifact and not the other? But let's do some Mythic plus on this Demon Hunter. I also have a really weird build going right now. There was somebody who commented on my builds for Vengeance Demon Hunters and suggested a different build. I'm not used to it yet, so I need to get more used to that build. So I need to go my old build. Alright, so let's go here. Oh. See, and then, wait, and my weapons are both the Warglaives here. Okay. Yeah, I just need to go my different specs, especially since we're going to be running Mythic Plus. As far as my item level goes, 326, not bad. Mythic 0 drops 340. So I'm a little undergeared in terms of like rings, trinkets, and weapons. Especially weapons. I mean, weapons are pretty terrible right now. And then I want to run Last Resort for Mythic Plus. Okay. This is my normal build that I like going. I like Fracture. The whole like increased pain that this gives you. The 2 shatters, like it's really nice. I like Fracture a lot. And then Sigil of Chains is also almost a necessity. Spirit Bomb Frailty ends up paying off in dividends. It also really helps with controlling your consumption. Flame Crash and Abyssal Strike for me go very hand in hand. A lot of people love Fallout. I prefer Burning Alive. Burning Alive makes it so that my Fiery Brand is really good to use for trash mobs. It spreads my my Fiery Brand, and that makes it so that it spreads, I want to say 4 times. So up to 5 mobs are now hitting me for 40% less damage. So it's a really good way of dealing with trash in Mythic Plus. Now let's find a Mythic group. Now I don't have a Mythic key. Oh, dang it. I don't have a Mythic key on this guy yet, but I can start a +0 group as well. Thanks, Victor. Thanks for the sub, man. If I can't find... Actually, am I all repaired up? Almost. Okay.
Get 'em!
Thanks for that, man. I appreciate it.
Get 'em!
Pudim, thanks for the sub as well. I appreciate it. Just making sure I found them all. I don't think there's going to be any weapons or anything here. There's hardly weapons in World Quest. It's one thing... Oh, if I do the Mother Load, I get a really good ring. One thing that I've noticed is that weapons are hard to come by in World Quest. They originally had them, then they removed a lot of them. Stuff like this... Oh, it's a waste. I was going to say, like this ring. It is not a ring. Yeah, everything else. I've got 340s and like the main pieces of gear because of Warfronts. One thing I also haven't done too much of is find the flight paths. This Vengeance Demon Hunter was just the last tank I needed. I was like, let's just get geared up. But in terms of... Yeah, no weapons yet. 325. That's about what I have. I forgot to check this one. Yeah, 325. There could be different traits that are really good. By the way, there is this one trait for Vengeance Demon Hunters that's amazing. Let me show you guys. Actually, it's not that. It's... Which one is it? No, that's not it. That's not it either. This one, yeah. Fracture has a chance to rip a soul fragment from up to 4 enemies. So, if you pick up this Azurite trait, you can do 1 fracture and summon 5 fragments in 1 fracture if you have the amount of people in that pull. Let's do we want to do a Taldazar? Yeah, let's do a Taldazar Mythic 0. Let's do a Taldazar Mythic 0. So let's fly over here as well. Not sure if it's a bug, but World Quest for weapons should give you an item based on your current spec, not any of your specs. It makes weapons. Yeah, right now in the beta, it's giving you just random weapons. But I don't think that's a bug, because in live, in like the Dark Shore area, you can get any weapon. You can get any weapon. Like I was watching Soda Poppin streaming yesterday, 2 days ago. He's playing Feral and he's in Feral. Checks Dark Shore, weapon has intel. So I think it can just go any which way. And then hopefully we get some people for this Mythic 0 here. There's not very many upgrades for me out here in the real world. And since I can't get any rings or anything from Warfront, I got every other piece of gear from Warfront. So you guys can see 340, 340. This is from the weekly, 370. And then I did get a Titan Forge from Warfront. So this is the Titan Forge, Warfront, Warfront. So do have a lot of Warfront stuff here. But then like these weapons, not very good. Trinkets are at 325 and so are the rings. Oh, 320, 325. And then my gear needs to be a little bit better. Like these shoulders can be improved. But nothing yet. Let's also set dungeon difficulty to Mythic. Not looking forward to farming weapons again. Wait, but Mojo, in Legion, let's say you play like an arms warrior or something. In Legion, instead of farming one two-hander weapon, you had to farm 3 relics. Let's say you're a dual wielding class. Let's say you're like a Windwalker monk or a rogue. Instead of farming 2 weapons, your main hand and your offhand, you had to farm 3 relics. Legion was worse when it came to weapon farming, because you had to farm 3. They replaced 1 weapon slot, or one main hand, 1 offhand, 1 or 2 with 3. It wasn't very good. I would much rather farm weapons than relics. Also, the way that the game works now is that the large majority of your abilities are based off of attack power or spell power. The way that the game worked way back when weapons were super important was a lot of your skills were based off of weapon damage. So right now, as of now, your weapons are just another armor slot. You don't have to worry about weapon damage. It's not going to be as monumental as it used to be. So farming weapons isn't like as critical. It's still very, very important, and you should get it done, but it's just as important as any other piece of gear. You told yourself that you would not come back to WoW, but maybe you will. BfA is looking to be a good expansion. There was a few things they could have done a little bit more, but I'm gonna save my reservations till like the end of the first raid tier. When the beta when alpha actually came out for BfA, it was pretty bad. Now it's looking a lot better. For best in slot traits, sure, but eye level wasn't too hard to keep up with. Right, and weapon item level won't be hard to keep up with either. There's plenty of weapons that drop in the game. So if we look at Vengeance for weapon for main hand, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 out of 10 dungeons have a weapon for you. So it's not going to be that bad to farm weapons. The shield is uber important. That I won't disagree with you, Mojo. For tanks, the shield with the new blocking system is extremely important. That one is very, very, very important. A new shield can mean like a 5%, 10% increase in blocking, depending on how big the upgrade is. But yeah, for tanks, it really does. That shield is going to be important. As far as like for everyone else, the weapon slot, it's just another piece of gear. Is this the Blizzard devs tweeting again? No, okay. Alright, we just need one more. One more. The group is a little undergeared, myself included, in that statement. But we should be okay. In Mythic 0, instead of running left, like when I run this dungeon on normal mode, I run left. The trash there is easy to deal with. In Mythic, we run right because the trash on the left is terrible. What's up, Chris? How you been? It's been a while. We just need one more deeps. One more deeps. Also, I kind of want to go start farming Throne of Thunder for the transmog appearances, because that Throne of Thunder does look a lot like this this new transmog. The new transmog being a lot more troll focused. Can I actually see the new stuff? I don't think it comes out here. No. The new stuff being very troll inspired. Oh, this is all the Warfront gear. Very nice. I'm gonna be full-time as it stands now. Full-time WoW. Nice. Is King's Rest the hardest Mythic dungeon? I haven't done King's Rest yet. I haven't done it. So King's Rest and Siege are both Mythic only. They start at Mythic. There's no normal and heroic yet. Or there's no normal heroic period. These are Mythic only. I haven't done those two. I've done all the other ones, and I now need to get footage for all the other ones, but I figured I would do them and get footage for them at the same time when I start doing the dungeon guides and the boss guides. Oh my gosh, what are we talking about? Doing good, just had surgery? Oh man. Well, I hope it all went well, and I hope you've got some good meds for dealing with the pain, and probably antibiotics just in case. So I hope you're all taken care of, my friend, and I hope that's the last you need of any kind of surgery. Oh, you're gonna be a full-time tank. Yeah, me too, man. Although I've been playing my mage more and more, and I really like my mage, but tank is the focus. Mage is an alt, an afterthought. 2 tanks first, and then we'll deal with anything else. Next stream is on Friday. Bedley.
You are too late, outsiders.
Actually, I'm not going to be streaming this Friday, and that's only because I really want to get all the dungeon guides done. So this Friday, I'm just going to be focusing on doing and getting more of those dungeon guides done. So the way that I'm going to do it instead for you guys is when BfA launches that following Monday, I will be having a live stream while I'm leveling and dungeon crawling. So instead of this Friday stream, we're gonna have a Monday stream, and then we'll have everything else regular. That week we'll have the regular Wednesday stream. We'll have the Friday stream. We'll see what we're gonna be streaming, because I'm going to try to be ready for Mythic Plus as soon as possible. So we'll see if we're gonna be like spamming heroics, maybe Warfronts for gear. We'll see what we do. But yeah, it'll be a Monday stream is gonna be replacing this Friday. Hold on, this is really loud for me. Alright. So yeah, Monday will be replacing Friday. Just so I can get everything done by then. So this is the last Legion stream? Yes. Yes, it is. And it's not even that much of Legion. It was just like the cutscenes showing that off. By the way, this is my first Mythic Plus on this guy, on this tune. How come that... I threw my Fear Sigil and it didn't interrupt them? That was really weird. Huh. Oh, we have one person just completely AFK as well. That's cool. That's cool, mage. We don't need your deeps. Look at the damage done. Oh, man. There it is. Welcome back, Mr. DPS Mage. Just taking a random break in the middle of a Mythic dungeon. Blessings to you in Orcish. Oh, I didn't know that. It's cool, man. Thank you. Fixing dinner for the whole family while chatting. Nice. Alright, so hopefully everybody bypasses this. Every now and then someone gets a little too close and pulls this. So I gotta be careful. Okay, now that everybody's here. Alright, so we do a nice little chains here. Get everybody on that chains. Let's also drop a Sigil of Silence for that bulwark. It's not... Okay, so silence doesn't work to get rid of that. Oh, we got another surprise rogue here. In terms of damage taken per second, this is heavier than I'm used to. 13k damage taken per second. So it is a little heavy on the Demon Hunter, but that's as expected. Demon Hunters normally take a little bit more damage per second, and the way they make up for it is with really good HPS. But this definitely, I feel how undergeared I am on a Demon Hunter, but that's always been the case. You always have to be really careful with your Demon Hunter. So yeah, I definitely feel the less geared here. We do have one other pull. They did change the way that these pulls are, by the way. Also, for this pull, I do get a poison, and that actually really hurt. Let me see. The poison was up there. Actually wasn't the biggest damage dealer. Alright, so I'm going to let healer mana up. I'm asking the healer if he needs time to mana up. You can only eat soft foods like ice cream and some others. That's all you need. Ice cream is delicious. Where's the healer? There he is. I was gonna... No, that's not even the healer drinking. There it is. I was like, we got a mage table outside. Monday 24-hour stream. I want to stream till I hit 120, but I don't know how long that'll take. I don't want to lock myself into saying I'm streaming till I hit 120. I don't know how long that's going to take. Alright, let's jump in here. Alright, so I'm going to throw a silence out. We are getting all of those venom blasts going out everywhere. So, just making sure that I try to keep things as minimal for me as possible in terms of damage. Somebody pulled the boss too? Why are people cleaving the boss at this point? The boss is so far away. Oh no, I'm going to go down to this. I'm going to pop Last Resort here. There it is. Alright, just trying to stay alive at this. Oh, I got polyed. Why? Oh, everybody else died. It's just me and the healer. That's why I got polyed. Everybody's going down. In terms of like healing done, it's fine. I'm taking in a lot of damage, but I'm also doing a decent amount of healing. No food? Oh, this guy does. Our healer doesn't have food. I'm gonna give him all the mage food I have. There it is. Somebody else dropped a table, or the mage dropped another table, so we're good. Hey, we have less of a pull now. We'll be good. See you on Monday, for sure, Bedley. It's like 11 p.m. here. All right, yeah, for sure, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Were you as sad as you were when Prot didn't get any tuning in yesterday's hotfix? Shmagegi, I wasn't. Yesterday's hotfix were more PvP oriented. I feel it was just like a little tuning up and tuning down of some classes that were really OP in PvP. Why? I just thought we were in combat. Okay. So yeah, I feel like yesterday's tuning was a little bit more PvP oriented. What I'm really waiting for is the Prot Warrior changes that get rid of Ignore Pain. Like they've wanted to delete Ignore Pain all of Alpha and all of Beta. It's just something that they've wanted to do. They don't want Ignore Pain to be part of the kit. That being said, I'm waiting to see what they replace it with. but I don't think they're gonna do it until Uldir numbers are solid. So once Uldir is out, we have Warcraft logs, we have rankings, we know how each tank actually performs in every fight on progression. Until those numbers are actually set in stone, I don't think they're actually going to change anything for Prot Warriors. So what I'm really waiting for is a complete Prot rework, which is going to come with Uldir. I don't know anyone at Blizzard. I don't know if this is what they're actually planning, but it would seem to make sense. It would make sense that that's what they want to do, because they've wanted to get rid of Ignore Pain all of beta and all of alpha, and they finally gave it back. It's on the global cooldown because they don't want us to rely on it that heavily. They just, you know, it's like a half give back. It's like, okay, fine, here you can have it back. It's back to how you want it, right? And it's like, no, we still need more. But it's like they don't want healing in terms of bubbles to be part of our core class fantasy. All right, so I do need to interrupt this guy as soon as the cast goes off, which happens now, and then it's going to happen lining up with my actual interrupt. So at this point, I'm just going to keep an eye on my interrupt. Whenever my interrupt is up, that's when I know I have to chase him down and get him for the next one. Right now, I'm trying to get these totems down. My interrupt is back up, so here's the leap on me. As soon as that goes down, I'm going to get ready for that interrupt. There it is. You only get one stack of noxious stench on you. One of the totems is already coming back up, which is going to be a big issue. Yeah, we didn't get him down in time. They only left me for this one, which if you leave a tank to perform as well as a DPS, you're not gonna perform well. I think this is the one I need to interrupt. Yeah, okay. Glad I did a nice little leap to him. Okay, now let's get back on this reanimation totem here, and then next leap after this one, that's when we're gonna get the next interrupt that I need to be a part of. So let me do this, do a little bit more deeps, gather a little bit more souls for this. Oh no, oh no, he got 2 of those debuffs off. I wasn't paying attention to the interrupt. Okay, so we got 1 reanimating 2. There it is. All right, so now I'm gonna rotate cooldowns. This guy is a tank killer. This guy is going to murder your tanks. That's what this guy does. Just a ton of physical damage that's just going to kill all of your tanks. It doesn't matter who your tank is unless they're like monks. Monks can do pretty good at staggering a lot of this damage. For the time being, I'm going to focus more on Soul Cleave. As long as I have my frailty up, I'm going to focus a little bit more on soul cleaving. Alright, let me pop meta. So just rotating my cooldowns down for this guy because he is such a hard physical hitting guy. Do I have a melee class? I do. Okay, so I'm going to... Alright, let's get an interrupt. Alright, let's keep it moving. I still have frailty for another 14-15 seconds. That was a bad leap. That was a bad leap on my part. Alright, we're good. We're good. We stayed alive. We also got the rogues as part of that previous pull. So there shouldn't be like invisible rogues right here until we get to this pack. We should just have that pack. There's a 24-hour stream on Monday. I don't know, Zach. I don't know. I want to stream till I finish hitting 120, which I expect it to take about 8 to 10 hours. That's my expectation. We'll see though. We'll see. It also depends on how fast they have to do maintenance, right? Because when the game launches on Monday, they're doing a worldwide release. For all we know, it could go down. It could be up for like 2 hours, and then they go, we need maintenance. Everything's really broken. So for all we know, I might not even be able to. So I don't want to promise anything. Was hoping 5 to 10% more absorb on Ignore Pain. Yeah, I was expecting, or actually, I want a little bit more absorb on Ignore Pain as well, and I want off the global. If they don't want to take Ignore Pain off the global, I'm okay as long as they make Ignore Pain do something offensive as well. Whenever I hit Ignore Pain, make me do like a Thunderclap type of ability. Make me do a little bit of damage, because Ignore Pain is straight defensive right now. It doesn't generate any aggro. It doesn't do anything for me other than defensive, which would be okay if it was also a little more substantial. Like if Ignore Pain spending a whole global cooldown for an absorb that's only like 5% of my max HP just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like that's what a global cooldown should be invested into. Most other global cooldowns are going to be invested into things that are way better than that. Are you on vacation next week? Yeah, I'm going to be streaming a lot. I'm going to be streaming the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday when the game launches, and then the regular Wednesday and Friday streams. We'll see what I can get done in terms of like how fast I'm going to be running Mythic Zeros. I really would love to finish leveling up that Monday so that when they do the Tuesday reset, I can start doing Mythic Zeros, but we'll see. I'm trying to level up as quickly as possible. Stream till passing out. I don't think, okay, I was gonna say I don't think I've ever passed out on my computer, but that's not true. I think I've done it maybe once or twice. They're trading stuff with each other, like Pally AoE cone, and then there's off the global. Right, it's ignore pain is part of our core mitigation. Why'd they all go that way? We were gonna go down to Rezan, and then they pulled this, and we're all gonna get feared. Guys, don't worry about sticking with the tank. Let's not. Those are worries that are not for us, not for this group. We don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Yeah, so it's a Monday at 3 p.m. Yeah, Monday at 3 p.m. is when I plan on going live. That being said, if the servers are completely terrible and all it is a lag fest, then I'll just get back to like some editing that I'll probably have. I have a lot of back footage and a lot of editing that I need to get done. So if the servers just aren't working, then there's nothing we can really stream, right? So we'll see how it goes. I'm not holding my breath. I know that their servers can handle it, and that's why they're doing a worldwide release. They want to see how good or bad it'll be. But what I expect to happen is there's going to be like 1 or 2 quests that are going to be camped out because the respawns aren't happening at the rate that they should. So that's what I expect the biggest hiccup to be, right? We have realm sharding, cross realm zones. That's going to handle player lag. So I expect that to kind of take over for the most part. But when we talk about like those quest mobs, there's going to be one thing that's overlooked, which is also a big reason why I want to dungeon crawl. I don't want to deal with zones that are all impacted all at the same time by a few million people. So I'd much rather, oh god, this pull, I hate this pull. I want to CC the augur. Okay, I hope my group doesn't break it, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. Alright, so the augur is gonna be doing like this fiery thing that drops a bunch of fire all over the ground, and it's terrible and it's disgusting and it does a ton of damage. You don't want it. So that's why you CC the augur, and the reason why you go do the other side on Mythic first is for the augurs. That giant fire thing that they do on the ground, it just hurts. That's just the bottom line is it just really hurts. All right, I'm gonna snare these guys a little bit, get them off me, while my demon spikes kind of come back up. Do a little bit of kiting. Yeah, you guys see, while I was doing that whole kiting, I wasn't getting healed at all. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. The reason why you CC this augur on heroic and mythic actually, and the reason why you go this way. He got interrupted off the first one. I don't think he's gonna be able to cast it again. Okay. Oh, there it was. He was trying to cast it. This mage is pulling for me. Oh no, he has threat. He has aggro. Oh no, what is that mage gonna do? What's up, Brian? How you doing, my friend? Oh, does that mage still have aggro from that mob he pulled? How terrible. How can we fix this? Monday 6 p.m. So nice, guys. It's not 3 a.m. Been there, done that. Yeah, I've been there, done that on like midnight launches too, and It's terrible. Alright, we'll let our healer mana up a little bit. Our healer's at half mana. Did our healer not get mage food? Like, here you go. Just drink it up. You're really low. You're gonna need it. This boss hits hard. This boss has golden claws. When those golden claws go out, I get hit really hard. Alright. So, we have Sigil of Chains. I have my Searing Brand as well, and I want to save my Searing Brand till about now. And then here's my Snare. Yeah, so that Searing Brand, I wanted it to double up and to go onto the Spirit, because this Spirit is going to be eating these pools. And the reason why I decided to take the pool right before him is because he was going to eat that pool. So now I have the tainted blood that you need for this transfusion to not work, right? If you don't have that debuff, then that means that the boss is going to heal. So you got to be careful when it comes to that transfusion, and especially when it comes to the Spirit. So let me try to CC him a little bit. It's a bit of a fear. It's going to just stop him just a little bit, not a whole lot. And then if he's going to take the pool, I'll beat him to it. He's going to take the pool. Let's beat him to it. Now he needs to run a little bit further. Transfusion is going out. I have the tainted blood debuff because I waited a little bit to take the pool. Nice. So now I believe Molten Claws is going to go out. So I threw out my Sigil of Flame. I hit the Spirit of Gold with it by cleaving it because I am running that Burning Alive. And if this Spirit gets... Yeah, he didn't get that close to that pool. But if he would have gotten a little bit closer, I would have picked it up. Now, I do still have this right here, the Infernal Strike, to be able to pick that up on a moment's notice. Alright, we should be able to kill this boss before we have to worry about another Spirit as well. And chains. Alright, there it is. Got him down before. Perfect. Now we need to go kill Rezan, which we're going to need to clear out more bats for, because everybody else went the other way. I think this hits you even if you're up here. Yeah, I got hit by a little bit of that fire. So even if you're a Demon Hunter, can't just skip it. Oh, they're all going all this really weird ways. Why? Why? Now we're gonna run up these stairs with 2 fear bombers. Alright, nobody's gonna go that way. Okay, I'm good with that. Wait, was that my healer? No, it was just a random monk DPS. Okay, that's fine. We'll catch up with you later on the way that doesn't have a bunch of fear bombers. Pug life? This is the pug life. The pug life, man. Doing everything the hard way. Alright, so now we can go this way. Wait, did my healer jump down? No, my healer's right here, right behind me. Okay. Oh, I think everybody else jumped down now. My healer's gonna die because these guys leap on someone else other than the tank, and they keep leaping on the healer. It's gonna make the healer go down. Gonna chunk down the healer. There it is. My healer's dead. And now we have to fight to stay alive, but nope. Not gonna happen. Alright. The bug life. Yeah, in terms of damage taken and everything that happens with Vengeance Demon Hunter, the damage taken is higher. Absolutely. Yeah, we can go this way, but there's still another pack here. We can do this. The damage taken is a little bit higher than with other tanks, but you should be able to offset that with a little bit of healing done. Alright, let me mount up, and then we're going to pull this guy. We're going to pull him back here. I'd much rather do stairs, but let's just do this. You got to adapt. Learn, adapt, overcome. Alright, so we do have one ad already. You shouldn't be spawning any ads, to be completely honest with you, in this dungeon. The only way that the ads spawn is by stepping over the pools. This dungeon is really having it out for me. Alright, so now we can get back onto the boss. He did reach his target. It's easier, honestly, on normal, heroic, and mythic 0 to just get eaten by the boss. It's just a lot easier to have that happen, just for the sake of your group and positioning and all that. Just makes it easier. All right, let's run away. LOS. We got another raptor, and I don't see where. Where'd this? Oh, this guy was way far away. Not quite sure what they were doing over there. Let's set Osirian Brand on the ad. The ad's gonna spread it to the boss. Alright, reposition the boss so we don't have to worry about this whole fear situation. Repositioning the boss is also a very important part of this. You can also jump this way. I'm telling you. Oh, you can't. It's a lot easier to do it with the stairs. This barrier between us has gone from sometimes gives you immunity to the fear, sometimes it doesn't. So as of right now, it doesn't. I believe last build this pillar did. So it's way easier to do this through the stairs because the stairs have provided LOS every single time. So let me run behind these stairs and show you guys. Alright, so now I've got him here in the stairs. Oh, he's not even going to be able to cast it again. You just go here. You go around the stairs. It doesn't hit you. There it is. This one, not reliable, which is why I prefer running down the stairs. Noob. Oh, man. Don't rely on the column. Stairs are better. I agree. Everybody ran down here next to the columns, though. Everybody was like, nah, why aren't we over here? You need to jump down. We let you die. Alright, so since I haven't gotten a piece of loot from all the other bosses, it means that I should probably get a piece of loot from the last boss, which hopefully it's Azerite gear, because my Azerite gear right now is terrible. I don't know what that mage is doing, entering combat while everybody is still dead and rezzing and running back, but that's fine. That mage can solo things, right? Oh, hey, look. This group pulled these guys. This guy pulled these guys. Nice. We're just all pulling things. Let's go this way. Our healer's over here. Nice trick. What trick, Ian? That's the mechanics. I hope I get Azerite. My Azerite gear right now is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. My Azerite gear is one of the worst parts because I couldn't do it in Warfronts. I do need to blanket silence this guy because my interrupt is on cooldown. So hopefully my interrupt comes off cooldown. There it is. My interrupt is off cooldown now, so I can get this. Perfect. 2 brains are better than 1. That's why we each do our own different thing. Everybody split up, do your own thing. We'll meet back in the middle. Also, if possible, let's split the tank and the healer up as well, just so that we can just spread out the necessary roles. Alright, so yeah, this pull really hurts just because of lack of like constant active mitigation. If you guys have played a Demon Hunter before, you guys know that active mitigation uptime is not their strongest point, but at the same time, it even got nerfed going into BfA. Your active mitigation uptime is even worse going into BfA, so that's one thing that kind of sucks. They did make your passive armor a little bit better, so you're gonna scale a little bit better through the expansion. They increased demonic wards, increased armor by 80% and stamina 65. I believe before it was armor by 50% and stamina by like 60 or something like that. So a few little bump ups here in terms of passive mitigation. The longer cooldown and active mitigation though does suck, because your passive, look at this, passive armor reduction 28%. You might as well be a DPSer with this kind of stuff. Alright, so I basically want to save a lot of those. Oh god, this guy isn't moving. Rip the group. We might go down to this because, oh, okay, we were able to save it. Move the boss in the correct position. But look at this guy. This monk is not DPSing his ad. So everybody here spawns an ad that needs to be DPS before it reaches the boss. That monk was like, what ad? I don't spawn a damn thing. So let's get ready to do a nice little big heal here. So right after that skewer lands is when you want to get your heals ready. So here comes the soul rend again. Again, this monk isn't moving, so I gotta move the boss for him. I'm going to change that ad. So hopefully there it is. The group is doing it for him, which is great. So now let's get a searing brand up. Let's just get some defensives going. I need more defensives here. That's the one thing I've always said about Demon Hunters. I wish they had one more defensive, something on like a 2-3 minute cooldown that helped out just a little bit more. Or since they removed, here's a soul run going out, monk again not moving, so let me move the boss way over here. Oh, get the interrupt. Alright, I'm going to pop meta right now before it automatically pops on last resort. But we're getting down to the wire here with having this monk not deal with his ad every time. And every time we really have to be careful with this. It's a lot of unnecessary boss movement as well. Alright, so let me throw my Sigil of Flame. Here's the last soul run that's going to go out. Now, there it is. Oh god, we did it. We did it, boys. That was rough. Nice! Nice! We got 340. So now we're up to 328. Very nice. And we got the mother load on a +2. Why is every key the mother load? Why? You're a warrior guy. Yeah, every time I see you stream, you're not a warrior. Are they that bad? Kind of shady. I'm a warrior guy, but right now, before BfA launches, what I wanted to do for myself and for you guys is do every other tank. So the focus of my streams in the past like month and a half, maybe even 2 months, have been on comparing every single tank at Endgame. So I don't want to just have a 110 character and be like, hey, at 110 they feel fine. What I want to do is at Endgame. So at 120, running Mythic Plus, how does that tank feel? So in a real world scenario, like, you don't care how the tanking class is going to feel at 110 when you just start leveling in BfA. You care about how they're going to feel once you invest the time into them. So I'm investing the time into them in order to help you guys compare. That being said, when BfA launches, I am going back to my warrior as my main. So right now, this is really for comparison sakes. And like, the Vengeance Demon Hunter taking heavy damage, decent self-healing. I thought my self-healing was going to be a lot better. It's not as crazy high as I'd like it to be. That being said, I'm not running like all the healing talents, but still. His warrior is the most geared. Yeah, my warrior is also the most geared tune in the beta as well. Warrior's trash. Warrior's not that bad anymore. Warrior was really bad when the game was still early alpha and early beta. It was pretty bad. That being said, they've done quite a few changes, and it's not that bad anymore. It feels a little weird. Kind of shady. So I'm not doing a Friday stream because I'm going to be doing all of the boss dungeon guides. So I'm going to be, you know, just recording and editing on Friday. So the way to make up for it is Monday when the game launches, I will be streaming myself power leveling, or trying my best at power leveling by just dungeon crawling, and that's going to be on my Prot Warrior. So you can see really big pulls with a geared Prot Warrior with legendaries as I level up on Monday, and that'll be live, and then regular Wednesday and regular Friday stream as well. Warriors are the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. Will beta tunes get wiped next week, or are we still raid testing? I would assume they want to raid test still. So the only thing is, I don't know if they're gonna switch this from beta to PTR, because it's no longer the beta. The game is gonna be live. So further raid testing might be done on PTR and not on beta. So yeah, we still need to raid test. They're doing raid testing tomorrow on Friday as well. So if you guys want to do more raid testing, there's that. But I'm going to assume that they're gonna change it from beta to PTR. Motherlode was Blizzard's favorite dungeon. I know, not mine. Remove the monk. You want an invite? Oh, you want to do a Mythic Plus? For sure. Send me a whisper, Matney. Don't I have you? Oh, they wiped the beta friends list? What? Is it with one N or two N's, Matney? Are you on your Hunter? Thanks for the stream. For sure, Renegade Picks. For sure, man. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time, my friend. You'll watch because you're going to be going against the grain and leveling a warrior. Yeah, I'm going to be dungeon crawling. So, if you guys want to know what I think the fastest route to leveling is dungeon crawling from 110 to 116. Because at 116, your legendaries no longer take effect. Up until 116, your legendaries are very powerful. So you can do a whole regular dungeon in about 15 minutes, depending on the tank. Some tanks are like 13 minutes, some other tanks are like 16. So about 15 minutes per dungeon, especially once you know what you're doing, what packs to pull together, stuff like that. Each dungeon gives about 1/3 of a level. So if you're getting 1/3 of a level per dungeon, that means 45 minutes per level, which means that you can hit 116. You can hit 116 in less than 6 hours, and probably like, I don't know what that actually comes out to, probably like 4.5 hours or something. So you should be able to hit that 116 mark pretty quickly. And then once you hit 116 and your legendaries no longer work, dungeons are going to take a lot longer. At that point, you start doing world quests, or you start going out and doing questing with war mode on. Your guild is currently having a discussion about going Horde. Yes, do it. They're like, hey, did you guys see what Sylvanas did in there? We like her. She's strong. She does not give any foxes about anyone, and we need to listen to her. Look, we can either side with Sylvanas and live, or go Alliance, and then we'll probably get blight bombed and go down. So, you know, the choice is ours. Motherlode +2. What is the affix? Tyrannical or fortified? Fortified. So tyrannical, motherlode +2. I mean fortified, motherlode +2. Not too bad. Fortified is the lesser of two evils, although the motherlode has a lot of trash. But yes, Brian, you should go Horde. Do you want to be blight bombed, or do you want to be the one doing the blight bombing? Can I do healing weak auras? Farseer, I think you left a comment about the whole druid ones, right? Yeah. Yeah, so I made some in the past for Holy Paladins, because in Legion I did heal as a Holy Paladin, just kind of off heal here and there. I did get like KSM. Once I get KSM on a character, that's when I'm like, hey, you know, I can put out some weak auras and stuff. I met the criteria, getting KSM, a +15 done in time. So I did do Holy Paladin ones. As far as like Resto Druid ones, I'd have to really start playing the Resto Druid a lot more. So I can't tell you that I would do the Resto Druid ones by the time BfA launches. That's not... At this point, I'm just going to do the boss guides. But after that, sure. After that, I can work on some more weak auras for other classes. But I do have Holy Paladin ones that I did a while back. Let me see if I can find them. Do you play a Holy Paladin, Farseer? I'm trying to find the other ones. Okay. We need one more deeps. So Farseer, that is the video to the Holy Paladin weak auras for Legion, but that being said, they're probably going to change a little bit. A few of the bars are still going to be relevant. The artifact power is not going to be relevant. But like your big cooldowns, your Blessing of Sacrifice, Bubble, those are all still there and being tracked. So yeah, that's a start, but I haven't worked on very many other ones for healing. I think they fixed the whole, I was going to say they fixed the whole war mode on, but no, they still haven't. They still have not. We got someone in here. I don't have war mode on, right? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Since we do have fortified, that burning alive is going to get a lot, I'm going to get a lot more out of that burning alive than normal. The only thing is this doesn't really apply for a lot of the boss fights. There is one boss fight in here with ads, so it can work for that. But everything else won't be working. But since it is fortified, I do really want this. I like this for like a filler that covers me when my active mitigation isn't up. Because even if we look at my current armor, mitigate only 28% of incoming damage, and if I pop my demon spikes, 54. This is really low, unfortunately. But what is higher is the whole parry, right? So when that goes up, that's when I have a little bit higher of chances of mitigating things like that. Feed the Demon is nice. I wish Feed the Demon was in a different row as opposed to with Fracture. One more deeps. One more deeps. I like how these Warglaives look, by the way. Although they do clip into my body on both sides. So they do need some fixing. But I like how these look. Is there like a critter or something? Here it is. Even in combat, I think they clip in. Actually, in combat, they don't clip in unless I'm moving. Then that might as well be my arm. Needs a little bit of love from the developers. Whoever makes the armors. I think the best thing about playing a Vengeance Demon Hunter is the movement. Whether you're talking about just in between pulls, whether you can mount up or not, you can just spam your glide and move faster, or just the fell impact and having such a short cooldown on 12 seconds and 20 untalented, but having 2 charges on it. You know, you don't need to target anyone, so you can just kind of leap wherever you need to. So in between pulls, this really helps out. But what I do wish that Vengeance Demon Hunters had more of is those defensive cooldowns. Or if they had 3 stacks of Demon Spikes baseline, then that would also be very helpful. Tauren always clip, not likely to fix. Yeah, and they're probably even less likely to fix it now that it's old content, right? So this is a Legion appearance, so they're probably less likely to fix it. Like, no, we're focused on going forward and the new stuff. So that doesn't matter. If this stayed around for 2 years, it's probably going to stay around for the rest of it. Something else that's pretty cool about the Vengeance Demon Hunter is the fact that you have CC. But honestly, one other cooldown would make this class in par with everybody else. Like if they gave us, I don't see, none of these are even that kind of cooldown. Like Fell Devastation is a 1-minute cooldown, and I don't think it's worth it. We do have Gluttony that I wish was still baked in. Gluttony used to fill in the points where Demon Spikes was down. So whenever you had those 2 stacks down, whenever you did have those 2 stacks of Demon Spikes down, and you would start proccing Gluttony, you could not use Demon Spikes while Gluttony was up, and that was good. So I wish Gluttony was more baseline. That being said, I do think there is an argument for a spec that maybe includes Gluttony and Feed the Demon and Feast of Souls, so that you're kind of constantly soul cleaving and healing that way and keeping Gluttony up and having better uptime on your Demon Spikes. Actually, let's try that. Let's try a completely different spec. There's an inn here. So we won't have Frailty, which I like Frailty. I'm gonna miss it. But let's go Gluttony, Feast. Don't want to go Fellblade. Fellblade has a short cooldown. Trying to think here. Let's keep Fracture to keep good pain generation. Also, Feast of Souls doesn't stack up with each other, so if you do 2 Feast of Souls back to back, or 2 Soul Cleaves back to back, you still only get 1 Feast of Souls up. Let's do this. Relist our group. So yeah, Feast of Souls doesn't stack up, so I do also have to be careful. I do want to mix in some Fractures in between there, and maybe some Crashes. But Gluttony should help out. When Gluttony procs, I won't be needing to pop spikes. So that should help out. Yeah, let's run that. Still need a DPS. Any of you guys watching? DPSers? You want to come help out? Join the dark side? We could go burn Stormwind together once we're done. Also, there's a lot of people right now that are playing the beta and just want to jump straight into like Mythic Pluses, like high level Mythic Pluses. So what they do is they spam the Warfronts, and I think Warfronts might be up right now. Here, you can show up as Deeps, even if it's your off spec. Yeah, Warfronts are up. So right now, there's a lot of people doing Warfronts because you get free Mythic Zero gear from doing Warfronts. So hopefully that doesn't go live either. Just spamming Warfronts. Isn't very fun. Does get you a lot of results, but isn't very fun. Okay, there's the last person. Let's go. Let's jump in here. A Mythic +2.
Word on the street is the venture companies figured out how to.
Okay. So let me also give some conjured cinnamon rolls to my healer when the healer jumps in here. So would, but Blizz overlords refuse to give you beta. Aw, man. Yeah, at this point, getting oh, you already have too many of those. Okay, so you already have a lot of that. Yeah, at this point, getting beta is just, you know, just for teasing you. There's no point. BfA launches in less than a week. All right, everybody's ready. Let's do this. The mother load +2. All right, so since I am going a different build, I gotta remember. All right, so let's do a little bit of soul cleaving here. Get that healing going on me. A little bit more healing. And we can pop another heal right here. We'll see how this goes. This is going to be the first, like, big damage. So hopefully my healing per second is a little bit better with this build. And I do think it's going to be. So let's do a little bit of interrupt. You can interrupt these guys. The reason why I silenced it too is because if this Ice Spritzer finishes its cast, whoever's being targeted gets frozen. Just like that. That person got frozen. So yeah, they get frozen, and then it's just a debuff that slowly wears out. So I do want to go in here and get on this guy because there it was. He was Ice Spritzing me. Oh no. Oh no, we got a ninja pull. This isn't good. This isn't good. This is a +2. This is fortified as well. But this is just going to be a lot of damage. Mostly because there's a rogue in here that just does a constant fan of knives, by the way. There's gluttony proccing. So that gluttony is going to help me. Now I get to use my... Oh no. Oh no. That's the rogue right there, using just a constant fan of knives. That being said, my healing is insane. It's about twice as much as before. I did pop Last Resort though. Oh no. Oh no. Generate more. Generate more pain. Okay. We're okay. We're okay. We can survive this. Ninja pulls on fortified motherload. Not a good time. Not a good time. That being said, my healing is going up. My damage taken is still very similar. I was almost hitting that 13k previously. I was between 10 and 13. So healing is very similar. I'm going to interrupt that inhaling vapors because that does mean that he does get stronger. He gets a damage buff by doing that. So if he does get the damage buff, I think I could remove it as a Vengeance Demon Hunter. So inhale vapors, let's interrupt that one. The one from this other guy, I don't think we can remove, or we can interrupt. There's gluttony. I wish it procced a little bit more. Not very high uptime on the gluttony, but it's not bad. Okay, yeah, this spec isn't too bad. Just going full heals. Let me pull this guy. I don't want to pull him with glaive. Reason being, glaive automatically bounces to different targets. And there are targets right next to him. There are 2 different packs next to him, actually, that I just don't want to deal with if I don't have to. Yeah, I like the Feast on the Souls, but since it doesn't stack up, it feels almost wasted. Since it doesn't stack up, like, going any build that has any reasonable soul cleaving in it, you're going to be spamming that. So if if Feast of Souls stacked up, that would be a lot better. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is chains and drop in. Not everybody here is elite or anything like that. There's only one mech jockey here that is the only elite. So as long as you stop him from getting to where he wants to, you'll be fine. Let me throw out this fear to stun him, and that's the best thing I have. That is the only stun I have. I popped Sigil of Chains right before we started, so yeah, that's gone. Perfect. Gluttony proc there a little bit as well. So my sigils are down, right? Sigil of Misery and Sigil of Chains is down. There's a mech jockey here who is going to be running towards this. So what I want to do is snare him and then pull everybody else over here. I don't want that mech jockey to get anywhere. I think there's one guy still out there. There's also quite a bit of AFK here. Huh. I want to say most people are AFK right now. Everybody just randomly went AFK. There it is. Healer's back. Alright. Alright, so now I can pull this guy. I don't know if the mech jockey is going to break too. No, okay. So the Warglaive does not, you know, just break CC for fun. That's good to know. Wait, why is this guy... Oh. Let's do that. Stop you from going there. And I think now you're not going to recast it, right? Alright. Let's do this, and then let's do this. Oh no, the ninja pull. This is a wipe. This is for sure a wipe. I'm gonna pop meta now. Try to get it in early. There's the mech activating. So gonna try to like generate fragments, keep myself alive, but there is no guarantee here. Alright, we gotta get out of that. That's go. Oh, my last resort wasn't up either. Yeah, that was basically 3 pulls in ones. It was like 2.5 pulls in one. And it was the most difficult part of that pull with the mech jockey. And the mech jockey went off, got his mech. It's a rip key right there, guys. Give us a little sneak peek of the tanking ranking. Warrior number 1. The ranking is going to go up probably tomorrow. I'm getting footage for it today, but the ranking is going to go up probably tomorrow. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Vengeance Demon Hunter was going to be a little bit better for Mythic Plus because I thought they were going to have a little bit more healing. They don't have as much healing as I expected them to unless you straight up go healing, like I'm going right now. So Vengeance Demon Hunters are not going to be as high as I thought they were going to be completely honest with you. Let's get the hell out of here. But no, Warrior number 1, I'm very sorry. I don't want to lie to you guys and be like, yeah, let's hype it up, Warriors. Yeah, it's not happening. Oof, got me. Deleting your warrior now. Krugler, don't do that. Don't do that. Keep him. Keep him. Your warrior is going to be above average. That's what your warrior is. Your warrior is a tank that you can expect not to get nerfed at this point. But I do expect some warrior changes because Ignore Pain is still not what they want. So I expect warrior changes, but not like big warrior nerfs. So you're not playing a very overpowered class. Toxic Blades. Oh, let's throw my snare out, see if that gets rid of it. Come on, snare him out of it. It works. It works. Okay, so you can grip him out of his big AoE thing where he just nukes everybody. That being said, I still have a ton of stacks of poison on me, and I would love a cleanse. Here's gonna be the one thing that can wipe us. Need to spam heals. Need to spam heals. Probably going to... Oh, I did proc Last Resort. There it is. I could use a cleanse. If you guys look at my healing done, look at that. I am healing for insane amounts by running this new spec that I wanted to try out right now. So my healing is insane. I think it might just be the healer. Oh no. And my healing is at 6k when previously it was at about 2.8. So going with this Feast of Souls increases healing by a lot more than I thought it would. You're back now and you see a rip key in the making? Yes, yes you do. Yes you do. That being said, I think that was... I was going to say that's the hardest trash, but no, we have masterminds or whatever they're called. Those guys are terrible. Do I think Vengeance needs Soul Cleave to stack like bombs to make Demon Hunters top tier? Stack like bombs? What are you talking about? I think Vengeance Demon Hunters need... you can pick any one of these solutions. They don't, like, not all of them, right? Just one or two of these. They either need 3 charges of Demon Spikes, or like for Feast of Souls, they need Feast of Souls to stack. But I think they need a little bit more in terms of Demon Spikes. No, please get away from there. You're next to all that gold. Oh god, this is gonna be terrible. This is gonna hurt. Alright, we're gonna pop a Syrian brand on this guy right now. Cool. So yeah, I think 3 charges of Demon Spikes would be really good. Or Gluttony baked in like it used to be. Gluttony used to fill in an important role before. Like whenever your Demon Spikes was on cooldown, that's what Gluttony was there for. Like you would let Gluttony kind of take over. Alright, let's get over here. You're gonna stay away from that gold. Is my healer dead? Oh, we got 2 of the bomb debuffs. Yeah. Gotta be in charge of kicking bombs, I guess. My Last Resort is on cooldown, so I might as well pop my own meta. Alright, I'm in charge of kicking my own bombs. Let's do this. Let's do this, and let's leap away. He's gonna pick up the gold right next to him. Please only do like 2 stacks. 8 stacks. This is terrible. Burn! Burn before you get to me. Nice. Yeah, that's not very fun. Okay. Let's eat up here. Your top 3 in DPS, damage taken, and healing. I'd do all the charts, man. Especially damage taken. Instead of Soul Cleave only grabbing... Oh, that's what you were talking about. Yeah. If Soul Cleave could still grab 5 fragments, that'd be nice. Yes. It would also help having just a little bit better active mitigation, because it did get changed. It does have a longer cooldown now. So that active mitigation, having that longer cooldown, you feel it. Especially because Gluttony used to be baked in, right? So before in Legion, you used to have that automatic, like, hey, Gluttony proc, I don't need to have Demon Spikes up. So you would get a little bit of a break. Now that's a talent point that's on the same row as Spirit Bomb. Like, I don't know very many Demon Hunters who don't want Spirit Bomb. Like, they all want Spirit Bomb. Rightfully so. Spirit Bomb is very strong. Very strong. I do want to... Like, I want to avoid getting hit by lances. The lances right now are going to be terrible. So I want to avoid that. There's a rock lance. I'm targeting the Shaper on purpose. But yeah, the random Gluttony procs are really nice. They feel good. They feel like they should be baked in. That being said, it would also be nice if Feed the Demon was baseline as well. Like, we have a really long active mitigation going, right? Active mitigation takes a really long time to get back up. So why not bake in a way to reward good gameplay? Hey, you're eating your fragments, good gameplay, with decrease in decrease in time for your active mitigation. Like, you're playing well, you're producing and consuming a lot of your soul fragments, so you're not just slash AFK in a corner. This is gonna suck right here. You know, those rock lances. So let me pop a Sigil of Silence now that it's back up, just to avoid getting any more Sigil of Silences. And let's keep rock lance. There it is. Oh, I was looking to see what cast that was. That was not a rock lance. That was a final blast. That was my fault. Don't die. We have to give a rip key to the gods, Glocked. We have to. Even if it means it's going to be my first official Mythic Plus key on my Vengeance Demon Hunter. Just a rip. Okay, there's a rock lance going out. Perfect. Somebody interrupted it. Somebody loves their tank. Thank you. Alright. Yeah, my Sigil of Silence is going to get that rock lance. And the Gluttony proc. Perfect. Perfect Gluttony proc, too. Right when I ran out of Demon Spike procs. But yeah, if Feast of Souls kind of stacked up a little bit more, I think it'd be a much more valuable talent point. And then that Demon Spikes. We just... one more charge or reduce the cooldown or passive feed the demon. Like, pick your poison. I think that would really help out the Demon Hunter right now. Because damage taken, it's heavy. 10k isn't like the most heavy. That's an average of other tanks. They would break it. Alright, let me do my Sigil on this Earth Shaper. I don't have my Sigil of Silence yet. Almost, there it is. Let's throw it out there as a rock lance. Perfect silence. Oh no, don't pop Last Resort here, come on! That being said, the healing is adequate at 10k, but I'm taking a decent amount of damage. There's Matinee going down to that. Rip Matinee. While he gets rezzed up, let me adjust this as well. Do I think Vengeance is overtuned? No, I think it's undertuned, Feld. I think they took too many things away from it. The artifact weapon was very strong when we talk about Vengeance Demon Hunter, right? It gave you Gluttony. It gave you a lot of passive leech as well. When you pop like meta and stuff, it used to give you increased soul fragment generation with the artifact ability. Like it used to give you a lot of things. All of that is gone, and it's in talent points now. Like you have, hold on, you have, which one is it? Soul Rending is now part of a talent point when it was passive before. Gluttony is now a talent point as well when it was passive before. I believe Feed the Demon was also part of that artifact ability. I could be wrong. It could have just been one thing that was baseline as well, but the Demon Spike's cooldown was a lot less back then. So less active mitigation uptime, less passive abilities that just kind of work with your spec, with your build. So it's a lot of little things that seem to be adding up. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I thought Demon Hunters were still going to be the kings and queens of Mythic Plus. That being said, I'm a little under geared, but not this bad. It shouldn't be this rough. Like the damage I'm taking, it's high up there. And even when I was running Spirit Bomb with Frailty, it wasn't doing as much as I'd like it to. A little bit of kiting. It looks like we're going to be doing a little bit more kiting as well, which kind of sucks because your biggest kiting thing is Sigil of Chains as well. What's up, Vinny? Sigil of Chains is on a big cooldown here. Oh god. Alright. So I popped meta immediately because it was a little bit of a ninja pull and it bursted me down. If you guys saw my HP, I went down to about 50% HP almost as soon as the pull started. That rock lance hurts every time. Like, there's no way around. Here's another rock lance going out. I have to try my best to blanket stun or blanket silence. Here's the last resort proccing. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of kiting. Sigil of Chains is still down. I'm going to try to do a little bit of fear here on this Earth Shaper. Hopefully no rock lance. No, Earth Shield. Okay. Yeah, those rock lances are just murdering me. And let's kill that guy because I don't want any more rock lances. Oh, my healer's dead. Okay, we made it out alive. If I look at the damage taken, look at that rock lance damage. Are you kidding me? I have like 200,000 HP. Those rock lances hit me for more than my HP in combination with everybody else as well in here. That's ridiculous. Fortified, like raging, maybe even bolstering rock lances, you're gonna need to pop every cooldown in the book to stay alive. The dungeons where you are close to death at all times are the best dungeon. Oh man, they help you stay alive. Our healer left. Rip key, guys. You guys wanted a rip key. There it is. Healer is gone. Let's ride back out of here because we're in Zuldazar and you can't replace anyone. Oh, this guy said that he's already seen this healer leave before. Did the healer ever even talk? Yeah, here he is. Alright. So let's ride out of here. We're going to be in Zuldazar. That is a rip key. And let me look at like overall data, damage taken, healing done, and damage done. So damage done, I'm in line with the DPS, right? I'm not too terrible. That was a big draw in Legion for Demon Hunter tanks was, hey, they do really good damage, and still looks like that's the case. It's not amazing. It's definitely not like the highest. If I was running Spirit Bomb, I would expect it to be higher as opposed to a Soul Cleave build. So I am running a little bit more healing intensive, which is why my healing is hitting that 3.5k. In the previous dungeon I did, my healing was a little bit lower than 2k. So wasn't amazing, wasn't terrible. That being said, this healing, yeah, again, not terrible, not great. Especially because I'm trying to invest more into the healing by going into that talent point. Damage taken, I guess as an overall, it's not that bad, 8.3k. But you really feel it when you have those gaps in active mitigation, which happen a lot. They happen way too often, the gaps in mitigation. So yeah, in terms of like everything overall, not where I would like Demon Hunters to be. Not at all. What is my key? It's still a Motherlode 2. Okay. All right. Everybody left. Everybody left the group. Let's get a reset dungeon. Oh, we can try to get another group. This is the only key I have. The key prophecy has been fulfilled for the RNG gods. I wish it hadn't. All right, guys. Before I queue up for another dungeon. Give me a minute. I gotta use the restroom. 1 minute. I'll be right back. Chat, don't break everything while I'm gone, please. He's gone. I'm back. Alright, so let's list this group. Let's do this. Let's get another rib key. And what's up, Feld? Do I feel the need to go grip instead of the other two options on that tier? You like quick and sigil, but the grip cooldown is so long. Yeah, the grip cooldown is very long. I agree. That's another thing, like investing into a grip that's 1.5 minutes just seems a little bad. Sigils, quick and sigils is nice, but I find the need for grip is a lot. Like when we talk about the motherload, you can grip jockeys. Gripping is really good when we talk about like casters as well, or else you're just gonna have to cleave one and then run to the other one and cleave the other one. So I think one of the things that Demon Hunters bring to the group is that sigil of chains. I don't think it would break anything making this 1 minute, increasing it by 30%, making it 1 minute, or decreasing it rather. But that being said, it's still a really good option. I really like it. As far as this build I have going right now with the Feast of Souls and Gluttony to just slowly eat all my souls and turn all my souls into HP, it's not bad. It's not bad. Burning Alive and Spirit Bomb seem more aggressive, but this isn't bad. I wish this stacked. I wish it did. Especially because it's a talent. Like, I can't emphasize it enough that talent points are a very heavy investment, right? This is what differentiates you from other people, what you decide to go and build. So everything that's baseline, it's baseline. Like, that's, everybody else has that. What makes my character different is this. So these should be heavy choices. Something like this not being able to stack hurts this talent point. Must be the gear. Shouldn't you be around 340 for a +2? Yeah, I mean, I'm getting hit, not like completely terrible, but it is spiky. So I noticed that when my active mitigation no longer has charges, the damage just starts rolling in really fast, faster than on any other class, right? Because my passive mitigation without demon spikes, I have 9% parry, 10% dodge, so 20% avoidance, and then just 28% reduction. So it's either I don't get hit, but when I do get hit, I get hit hard. And my dodge and parry isn't super high, 20%. This is very unforgiving. Because when I pop demon spikes, I go up to like a plate wearer. I pop demon spikes, I become a plate wearer. Like, I should be a little bit closer to a tank, to a plate tank, or a bear. Your +15 cathedral on your monk getting wrecked by imps or spiders. Ouch. Maybe that healer can learn to cleanse while he's gone. Ouch. Going for the throat, nerds. I didn't want to call him out on it. But a lot of the damage taken per second of the rogue pull was definitely that poison. That poison was killing me. Healer was a baddie. You detox 15. Oh, nice. You were detoxing for me. Thank you, Matney. I appreciate it. Didn't have to break chat before you... I was planning everything. I was planning the uprising, and then you got back. You got an update? Yeah, for sure. Beffarino? That's a new one. That's a new one, Matney. What's the loss in DPS? Oh, in terms of this build, so going Spirit Bomb is a big increase in DPS. So if you see the last part of Spirit Bomb, damaging them for 1,184 per fragment. So right now, all of my fragments are turning into Soul Cleave. Soul Cleave isn't doing any additional damage. It just does additional healing through Feast of Souls. But if I were to turn my fragments into Spirit Bombs, then I would do more damage. I would be doing more offensive. So as of right now, my fragments are just turning into HPS as opposed to DPS. So if I went Spirit Bomb, I would get that. By going Gluttony, you can argue that the fragments go a little bit more on damage, because I believe my damage goes up a little bit while I'm here. But 5 seconds, it's mostly for mitigating that damage, trying to smooth out a little bit. You don't get that many offensive globals during Gluttony, especially without Spirit Bomb. If Gluttony and Spirit Bomb didn't share a talent tier, it'd be a lot better. Yeah, some of these choices, like I would want Feed the Demon to be baseline, and Feast of Souls would be nice as baseline, or if not, you just let it stack up. Feed the Demon would be nice as baseline, and Gluttony. Those are the two big ones that I think would be nice. Gluttony is just going to be nice to just have, to kind of slowly work your way, or to make up for the lack of active mitigation. And Feed the Demon is going to reward everybody, and then reward good players more. So as a good player, you're going to be able to get more out of it by eating and consuming fragments when you want, and making sure you're eating and consuming everything. You're also going to be generating more fragments. So Feed the Demon would reward playstyle, and would reward you as a player if it was passive, and it would also add a little bit of skill to the class. What about the last tier, mid talents increase healing on Soul Cleave? This doesn't increase the healing. What it does is it decreases damage taken when you hit someone with Soul Cleave. So when you hit someone with Soul Cleave, they get a debuff. They do 6% less damage to you. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. If I was running with a healer that I knew, if I was like running with my guild right now, and you know, I trusted the healer I was with, I would run Void Reaver, because this is more consistent, right? Last Resort is a way of cheat death. Last Resort is my healer's far away. My healer is, you know, in the middle of a pool. My healer went AFK in the middle of a pool, didn't tell me. Last Resort is a way for pugging, so that you basically have 2 lives. Well, not 2 lives, one and a third. But Last Resort is for that, to make up for a healer kind of having lapses in the healing. But if you know and trust your healer and you want to go Void Reaver, I agree. It's going to smooth you out way better. You were there, you get 5% with Monk. What do you, oh yeah, you're talking about DPS, physical damage. Yeah, but that's part of you. It's not, it doesn't have anything to do with my talents. So what Matney's talking about is, so as a Demon Hunter, you now get this. Your fire damage brands the target, increasing magic damage taken by 5%, right? So whenever I do fire damage, Infernal Strike, Immo Aura, Spirit Bomb, Sigil of Flame, you know, any kind of fire damage I do, which is a large majority of my damage, I'm going to debuff the target, increasing the magic damage they take. Matney, as a monk, increases physical damage taken by the target by 5%. So that's not what you're talking about, Matney? Matney, what you talking about, Willis? So yeah, Demon Hunters don't have like a raid-wide buff, but they have a raid-wide debuff. So not every class got a buff. Some classes got buffs, and then stuff like Demon Hunter got a debuff. And that's every spec. So if you're Havoc or Vengeance, that's what I'm talking about. You get that debuff as well. You increase magic damage done. So for example, if you're putting together a raid where you want only to do magic damage, it's going to be really smart of you to bring one Demon Hunter, whether it's a tank or a DPSer, to help out all of the Warlocks, Mages, S-Priests, whatever it is that you're bringing, Boomkins. All of that magic damage is going to get a really nice boost by just bringing one Demon Hunter. Everybody gets a 5% boost. There's no healers. No one wants to heal. By the way, guys, for those of you who are just joining, there won't be a Friday stream since I'm going to be focusing on the boss guides and the dungeon guides. So I want to get them all done by Monday. So I'm going to be focusing heavily on getting those done. So instead of the Friday stream, we are going to have a Monday stream when I start leveling up. So when BfA launches and goes live, we will go live as well and just start leveling up. I'm going to be leveling up my Prot Warrior. So on Monday, it's going to be just spamming as many dungeons as I can with a guild healer, hopefully, so that I can just level up as quickly as I can. My goal is to try to hit 120 before that Tuesday reset. We'll see, though. We'll see. I'm going to try. So then hopefully on the Wednesday stream we can do Mythic Zeros and just get gear. And so the first week will be level up and gearing out my tune, my first tune. So instead of a Friday, we're going to have a Monday stream so that, you know, we can all just start doing the BfA stuff. Did I test Vengeance in raids, Ozan? I did not. Not in the new raids. In Legion, yes, but in this, no. For raids in BfA, I tested, I want to say every other class. I tested Paladin, Warrior, Druid, and Monk this last time. So yeah, every other class. There is raid testing tomorrow and Friday. So I might hop in there on this Vengeance Demon Hunter a little bit kind of off stream, get footage, and kind of test things out as well. So I will probably be doing that as well. You have to get rep very fast. It's easier to get rep at 120. So kind of BfA. So BfA leveling tips that I can tell you guys. I would say hit 120 as fast as possible. And the fastest way that I would say it is to hit 120 is to dungeon crawl from 110 to 116, because you still have legendaries. You have really good gear, right? Hopefully you have Antorus gear, whether it's LFR normal or heroic, maybe even mythic if you did that. Hopefully you also, that's a little low. Matney, are you gonna get back on? I can actually get Matney in here for the DPS. So yeah, you're gonna have really good gear, and it's going to carry you all the way to 116. Now, at 116, your legendaries no longer work. So, if you see here, requires level 115 or below. So, spam dungeons. Once you hit 116, you should be able to clear a whole dungeon, by the way, in 15 minutes. Doesn't matter what dungeon we're talking about 15 minutes. And it's a third of a level. So, you should be getting one level per 45 minutes to 1 hour. And once you hit 116, that's when you start questing. As soon as you hit 120, that's when you can start the rep grind. So factions like this, you see this is the rep grind. 335, this isn't as good as a Mythic 0. 335 is less than Mythic, right? 350 with Exalted, now we're talking Mythic +3, right? So this is Mythic +3 gear. So if you want to get a little bit more gear, rep grinding, you're going to need to do it. But doing the regular questing is fine if you want to get rep, but once you unlock World Quest at 120, that's when you can start really heavily rep grinding. So let's say I want to grind out Zuldazar rep or something, right? I'm going to focus on the Zuldazar area, and I can start doing the regular quest. So the regular quest line and the World Quest at the same time. You see this? Awards 100 rep. Ravasor stomach lining. I can tell you from doing the quest lines in this area that you have to go to these Ravasors anyway, and you have to kill them for scales as part of a regular quest. So if you want to level up as quickly as possible and then grind rep, the best way to rep grind is to just do this. And then you also have these things, right? The emissary caches. These emissary caches are going to have big rewards. Oh, I can turn this in. These emissary caches are going to have big rewards in terms of reputation for you. So if you want to grind out reputation as quickly as possible, I would say do it with World Quest Enable, which means you want to hit 120. So do the dungeon crawling to 116 till your legendaries don't work anymore. At 116, you've also unlocked islands. Islands unlock at 115. So you can even do the island weekly at 116 and get a really big chunk of Azurite, and then after that do regular questing. You should be hitting 120 before the end of one zone. If you hit 116, the 116 to 120 should take actually about one zone. So yeah, that'll take about one zone, and then you hit 120, unlock world quest, start doing that. You can also start doing the war campaign by, if you do play on Horde, over here in the harbor there's a big boat. That war campaign is going to provide good XP, and I believe it starts at 115 as well. So if you don't want to do any of the regular questing, dungeon to 116 and then do the war campaign, maybe even an island or like 4 or 5 islands for your weekly, and then you can hop in and do the rest of it. Am I gonna get really good gear? Oh, Azurite. And this Azurite eventually ends up leveling you up. This Azurite, by the way, leveling up your Azurite, so doing things like islands, does translate really well to item level, because at the end, this last one increased item level by 5 on every single Azurite piece of gear. Sorry, I just didn't want to see the animation. Increased item level by 5, increased item level by 5. So getting more Azurite will increase your item level eventually. You just need to get enough of it. All right. So yeah, that's what I would suggest for leveling. You can't decide between Guardian or Prot Warrior. Guardian feels so much stronger in the pre-patch currently, but you have so much more fun. I will tell you that Guardian is very strong. Krugler. And Guardian is strong. But if you... It depends on what kind of content you do, Krugler. If all you do is LFR, normal, and heroic, then you can pick any tank and get that kind of content done. If you are a Mythic Raider, then I would advise you to go Guardian over Prot Warrior. Did you test... Oh, yeah. Disc Pally Mistweaver. What? What healer do you think a Demon Hunter will do best with for High Mythic Plus? Oh. I think a Demon Hunter would do better with a Disc or Pally. I don't know about Mistweaver. Mistweaver has a few kind of hots in it. I think direct healing is best for this. Kind of like the best healer for a monk is a Resto Druid, because their stagger slow ticks on them, and a Resto Druid slow ticks hot on you. So it's a really good balance. For Demon Hunters, you do take a little bit more spike damage. You want that burst healing. That's good single target burst healing. Dungeon hopping will hurt you. Dungeon hopping is going to be really good if you know the dungeons, and so you can get used to the dungeons. You can get used to the dungeons in a few pulls, but doing a 15-minute dungeon, it's going to hurt you a little bit at 120, because you're going to have a little bit less gear than someone who did every single quest, but you're going to be so far ahead in terms of time. You can then spend that level 1 at level 120, you spend that time doing world quests, getting the blue gear from here, and then doing regular 120 dungeons. So at a regular 120, they drop 310s. So like this guy, this Demon Hunter, I leveled up through dungeon crawling, and then the last like 2 levels or 3 levels I did through questing, and it helped out a little bit, but I still have some gaps in gear. If I were to go do normal dungeons, I could still get better weapons. I was able to do the Warfront a ton of times and get a bunch of good gear, but it won't hurt you that much. Doing dungeon crawling won't hurt you that badly, Matney. Honor Bound rep is the fastest. Another thing you can do for rep as well, once you hit 115, I believe, is this stuff. So you see this? So I honestly feel like hitting 120 faster is better for you. So regardless of, hey, if I do the normal campaign, I'm going to get rep while doing questing, and then I'll hit Exalted a little bit faster, I can tell you that having these queued up while you're doing world questing, while you're doing normal questing at level 120, is going to be your fastest way to Exalted. You're not into dungeon hopping? Yeah, it's not for everyone. Not everyone wants to do the same dungeon, you know, 20 times, 30 times. That being said, I have always enjoyed dungeon crawling, probably because I'm a tank, and pulling all of these open world mobs as a tank, it's not the same thing. Questing feels really slow and methodic for me as a tank. So as a tank, I do really like dungeon crawling. Whoa. So yeah, as a tank, I do enjoy dungeon crawling a lot more than just doing questing. But if you are a DPS, then queue times might be longer for you, and so questing is probably going to be a little bit better for you. It could, if it's a fresh dungeon, it could be slippery.
It is a day.
Yeah, like these doing the faction grinding isn't going to be the biggest reward for you, right? You get all the way to Exalted, which takes you a very long time for one piece of gear at 350. When the reset for Mythic is going to happen week 1, you get 340s. So higher item level, yes, absolutely. Should that be your focus to get Exalted with 6 reps? Like grinding out Exalted for 6 different reps, it's gonna take a while. So I think hitting 120 is just gonna be better, because then world quests are gonna start scaling towards you, and your item level, everything is gonna scale to you. So the faster you become level 120, the faster things are gonna scale to you. You have to come to terms with the fact that you'll never be a Mythic Raider and trying to play the strongest class or spec. It's a fruitless endeavor. Yeah, Sal. The large majority of people don't play at that level. I would argue that the world first race is just a race between the top 2, maybe 3 guilds at the time. It really depends if Limit is in it or not. They've had times where they take a break. They've had times where they're back in it. So honestly, like trying to think of what is the absolute best is not really going to be affecting too many other people. There are some instances though where the best is so skewed that it's insane. Like in Legion, Guardian Druids were the best tanks by a large margin. A large margin. It was such a large margin that a Guardian Druid, Sko, did Gul'dan as a solo tank on progression Mythic for what, World 2nd or something? Like that is a huge margin. When you can ignore having the 2nd tank and just do 1 tank on a fight that normally requires 2, that is a very huge margin. That being said, in BfA, the only big margin that I see in tanking is Blood DKs are amazing at 5-mans, and that's it. In terms of rating, there is ranking, and I think Brewmaster Monk is at the top with what they provide with Stagger for progression, but Stagger is always going to give that the ability to not be one shot. That's what Stagger provides. That being said, for 5-man content, Blood DKs are just amazing. Good morning, Shari. How you doing? Blink, you're talking about hopping in an actual dungeon, actually hopping and slipping on floor because it's freshly paved or freshly waxed or whatever. I get you. There is a dungeon where you do slip as well, by the way. There is a dungeon where you get a debuff called Slippery Suds, and if you try to jump, you actually just trip and fall. But I got you. Wife is home for sure, Mojo. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. All we need is another DPS, Matney. Matney, where you at? All we need is the deeps, man. Are you coming, Matney, or should I pick up this mage? Oh, got it. You were shortening dungeon to dung, and you were talking about it specifically being dung. I thought you were just... Yes. So would I rate Blood DK higher than Demon Hunter? Yeah, Bart. For sure. 100%. 100%. Blood DK is the best 5-man tank. That's it. There's nothing else to that statement. The biggest reason why that is, in BfA... every tank has physical damage mitigation, right? we don't all have magic damage mitigation. That being said, DKs have anti-magic shell, the magic mitigation, right? Blood DKs have a lot of really good healing. They also have, I think, the second highest HP pool, so they can take a lot of that magic damage and heal it back. They also have passive healing with their Blood Plague. It's not amazing, but it's something that should be noted. They have a ranged interrupt. So another way of avoiding magic damage without actually popping AMS is by interrupting, right? Mind Freeze is a ranged interrupt. They can also Death Grip to interrupt the cast. They can also Gorfiend Grasp to interrupt the cast. They also have their Stun to be able to interrupt, and it is a ranged stun. And then they also have I'm blanking on the last thing that they have. Gorfiend Grasp, regular Death Grip. Alright, I'm gonna invite this last guy. Regular regular grip, asphyxiate, AMS, ranged mind freeze, and so all of these things make it so that they are going to be really good at avoiding magic damage. That being said, if they do take magic damage, they have the best self healing to be able to recover. They have a very big mana pool, a very big HP pool, and they also wear plate, so they have really good passive physical damage mitigation, healing, every single type of ranged interrupt stun that you can imagine. They have it. They also have the inability of being snared, which I guess is, it's not like the biggest weight, the biggest factor, but everything else put together is going to make Blood DKs the best 5-man tank. The best. While you want to play the class you want to have fun with, you also don't want to play the class that's not viable for raid progression. Ozan, the only class that's going to struggle with raid progression right now is Demon Hunter. They're gonna have a lot of gaps in their active mitigation, demon spikes. They're also, I would love for them to have one more defensive cooldown. They don't. If you want raid progression, you're probably going to run Soul Barrier in order to do that consistently. Last Resort is amazing for raid progression because it's a cheat death. It makes it so that if your healers kind of mess up a little bit, have a little bit of a hiccup, this automatically procs gets you back up. But Soul Barrier is the defensive cooldown that you're going to need for those constant, like, large hits. Because the only other thing you have is Sigil of Flame, right? Sigil of Flame or a 5-fragment Spirit Bomb in order to heal immediately. But it's a lot better to avoid a little bit of that damage rather than heal it back off, because your healers are also going to be waiting, and when you spike down, you know, your healers are going to be freaking out. They might pop a lay on hands on you, or they might pop a trank early because they see you getting low, and then the rest of the group gets low too. So since as a tank you want to be as consistent as possible, you might have to run something like Soul Barrier. Last Resort just provides a lot. Why? These people just left the group. They said, we're out, bye, after we had found a complete group. You would say Paladin is second when it comes to dealing with magic damage. I agree, Sal. They have Blessing of Spell Warding. It is a very long cooldown though, but they also have Avenger Shield, which is going to be really, really nice. If you run, I forget, second tier first talent, that's going to make your Avenger Shield come off of cooldown a lot faster, and then you can also block magic spells. You have the Light of the Protector to automatically heal yourself. You also have just that blessing, the bubble. There's a lot of stuff. I think Paladins provide a lot of utility, and in Legion they didn't get a chance to shine because their active mitigation was pretty bad. Now that active mitigation has a focus on physical damage, I think you're going to see Paladins come back up. Also, if a Paladin steps on top of a Consecrate, they take 4 or 5% less damage. So it's a lot of little things. Everybody left. We might just do heroics at this point. We'll wait for another group for 3 minutes, and if not, we'll just do heroics. Out of curiosity, rank from your experience on beta, all tanks by DPS output. DPS output. Okay, hold on. I don't want to misspeak, so let me pull up something to see every single spec so I don't forget anyone. So DPS output, I would put paladins up there depending on what's it all depends on what spec you're running, right? A paladin with blessed hammers and maybe even bulwark of the light, is that what it's called, the one that resets your SOTR charges? Something like that can get a lot of burst off. So I would argue that paladins and monks have really good DPS, probably tied for that first spot, followed by demon hunter and I would say Death Knight and Warrior kind of tied for third there. Death Knights can get some really good cleaves going. If they get some lucky D&D procs, they can get a little bit higher. But it's more about getting your plague out there and kind of like slowly ticking them to death. And then as far as single target, you can make a Prout Warrior do a ton of single target damage. You go Punish, Heavy Repercussions, and your Shield Slam is going to be hitting really hard. You combine that with Avatar, and you land those Shield Slams during an Avatar, you get real heavy on the damage. It seems that you're going to go with a Warrior for progression. Yeah, I mean, Warrior's not bad for progression. You know, you have a few things at your disposal. If you're going to be taking very heavy magic damage, at that second, you can pop Demo Shout and an Ignore Pain, just 2 globals back to back. That's going to protect you reasonably well, not insanely. You can also pop Spell Reflect in there since it is a short cooldown. So you can pop all 3 of those things and mitigate that magic damage. You also have stuff like Shield Wall. The new Bolster talent point, while it's physical focused, right? The new Bolster talent point makes it so that you block 100% of the time. You also have to take into account that the new Bolster talent point also reduces the cooldown of Last Stand by 1 minute, which means that you can have that Last Stand up if you run Anger Management about every minute 20 seconds, which it doesn't necessarily mitigate magic, but it gives you a bigger HP pool to help you take more of that magic damage. So Bolster can still kind of help for that magic damage. There's a few things you can do to kind of work around the magic damage. And if you run Anger Management as well, your Demo Shout is probably like a 30-second cooldown, so you can have really good uptime on that. You've often been second DPS AoE packs as a Paladin on beta 120. Yeah, because you have Consecrate ticking for a longer time now, right? 12 seconds. And then if you run Blessed Hammers, you're getting really good cleaves. You're also probably proccing really good Avenger Shield. You get Avenger Shield thrown in there, passive cleave, and then your active mitigation is off the global cooldown and also has a frontal cleave. So even your active mitigation, when you start using that, you're getting that frontal cleave damage as well. So it's a lot of little things that just start adding up to that cleave damage. And for a prop paladin, it's a lot of things to cleave. In fact, I would say if you don't run Blessed Hammers, then your hammer, your HOTR is probably the only thing that's single target. I think so. Interesting, you would put Demon Hunter third. Most people you see Demon Hunter first. Not saying they're wrong. The thing is with Demon Hunters, if you want to go full out damage, you can. You go Spirit Bomb. You go maybe Fallout instead of Burning Alive, and then everything else would stay the same, and you could do a good amount of damage. I don't want to go full damage yet since I'm not geared out for it yet, but you could go full damage and you do good damage. But I think the new prop paladins have a lot of passive cleave as well. You know, your Fracture isn't a cleave, and I think that's, you know, it's such a big important part of your rotation. Paladins kind of eke out, and monks eke out as well, because it depends on what you run. On my monk, I really like running Rushing Jadewind. So if you have Rushing Jadewind up near 100% of the time, Rushing Jadewind actually hits a lot. It's been nerfed in the beta. So Rushing Jadewind, Keg Smash, Breath of Fire, all 3 of those things are really good at cleaving and leaving something up, right? And then you have your Blackout Strike and your Tiger Palm, which is a little bit more passive. But Rushing Jadewind puts in work if you are playing a monk. I think at the end of the day, as long as no one is really, really bad on any list, you'll be fine. Because nowadays in WoW, most lists, like most rankings, they're so close, they're within 5 to 10% of each other, that it really depends on who you run with, what you run, and your gear as well. How are Prot Warriors and Mythic Plus? They're okay. They're not bad. They were really bad when Mythic Plus first started coming out, or when I first started doing Mythic Plus. This is not gonna happen. We'll delist the group and just go run heroics. Sorry, group. Let's do heroics. Legion Prop Pally was insane DPS. Yeah, if you also pop Wings and Seraphim. Also, one other thing with Prop Paladins is that Seraphim now, before Seraphim was really good to bulk up your damage done, right? Seraphim now increases your survivability a lot. So if you pop Seraphim, you increase your Mastery. Mastery increases your chance to block and decreases damage taken while standing in Consecrate. So if you pop Seraphim, not only are you hitting a lot harder, you're also taking in a lot less damage by standing in your Consecrate and by having better passive blocking. So Prop Paladins are getting a lot of love. The balance of classes keeps getting better. I agree. I agree. Yeah, the balance of classes is getting pretty good now. So yeah, we'll just queue up for this heroic. Hopefully we get a group going. Because I would love to do more on this Vengeance Demon Hunter. I do take a lot of damage taken, but I also want to see this spec kind of work out for the rest of the dungeon. You like RJW for sure. On a RJW. Alright, let's also look into the pre-made Mythic Pluses. It seems like a lot of tanks are starting the runs. Oh, Rushing Jadewind, got it. Sorry, there was just a lot of different tanking things that we talked about. Yeah, I really like Rushing Jadewind. That being said, for raid progression on a monk, I would say that statue is probably going to be a little bit better. And that's only because if you have ads, it's a little bit easier to throw a statue down where those ads are kind of coming from and then taunt off the statue as opposed to Rushing Jadewind. But in 5-man content, Rushing Jadewind puts in a lot of work, does a lot of damage. But yeah, Ozan, Prot Warriors and Mythic Plus are fine. There's I wish that Ignore Pain was off the global. If they want to keep it on the global, then make it do something offensive. But in terms of everything else, the game that Prot Warriors are playing right now, if you start running Mythic Plus on a Prot Warrior, what you want to do is have one cooldown up at all times, right? So on your Prot Warrior, if you're running into a Mythic Plus, what you want to have up is either Avatar, if you're running what's the name of the Avatar one? Unstoppable Force. So if you run Unstoppable Force, pop your Avatar. It can help as kind of like a defensive ability because it gives you so much rage. So you want that. Or Demo Shout, which is on a very short cooldown. Or make sure you have Active Mitigation up. Your new Active Mitigation is very, very strong as well. Statue isn't the same tier. Yeah, Statue is the same tier as Rushing Jadewind now. So yeah, if you as a warrior, you want Demo Shout, or you want Oh, no, I'm talking about the other statue for Rushing Jade one. I'm sorry, I looked at it wrong. Blink. I'm very sorry. Yeah, we're talking about the other dude. Yeah, for statue, it's Ring of Peace. My bad. So yeah, running a Mythic Plus as a warrior is all about having one cooldown up at all times, and your active mitigation is so strong now, it counts as a cooldown. So use your shield block first. Once your shield block runs out, you can either pop Bolster or Demo Shout, or you can follow it up with an Avatar. If you run Unstoppable Force, Avatar can be considered a little bit more defensive because it's going to generate so much rage. You're going to have good Ignore Pain uptime. So as a warrior, just keep throwing your cooldowns out there. You know, just keep using one at the same time. Yeah, my bad, Blink. I kind of looked at the talent calculator a little bit right now, and I was like, oh, that's different. My bad. Since I'm so used to like all of the talents kind of bouncing around or being changed of what they are in the beta. What's the average queue time? Guys, I think we're going to have to go to Live Legion and do a dungeon. Do you guys want to see a Prot Warrior dungeon on Legion? Thank you, Blink. I appreciate that. I try my best. I try my best. All right, let's go to Live Legion and do a Mythic Plus. This isn't gonna happen. So I can show you guys how I'm playing my Prot Warrior right now. I do need to respec a little bit as well because for some reason I have Punish and Heavy Repercussions right now. I remember why I went that way, to get heavy damage on a boss that I needed to kill. The weekly boss from Throne of Thunder. Wanted to take him down. You mained a monk for a long time, kind of your baby? Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel about warriors. Like warriors, I'm also just bad at names in general. So like a lot of the names of the talent points, I don't remember the name, I remember what they do. But as a warrior, it's like I remember all of it. And then for all of the other tanks, I'm like, I'm getting to know them. That being said, do you think people aren't on beta because BfA is so close? That too, nerds. I think a lot of people right now are doing the new quest line and just playing the rest of Legion, being OP right now. But yeah, in a warrior, I feel that way too. It's like I know it all. I know it all. I got this. Alright, so let's see what kind of keys we can find. What kind of key can we get ourselves into? Dark Heart Thicket 13. Doesn't sound too bad. 27 Maw? Nope. Oh man. Carry group. Does that mean that they want a carry or they are carrying? Plus 19 seat? Oh man. Some of these keys, man. Some of these descriptions. Alright, we can try I don't know what the I don't even know what the affixes are this week. I have not looted. I'm so used to the other portal location as well. I haven't even looted my weekly chest. Surprised that more people aren't on beta. Nothing much to do on live. Yeah, people are probably like fire selling their banks as well, leveling up their alts. That's probably something that a lot of people are doing. Like, time to finish leveling up my alt for BfA. 27 would be an old pre-patch 20-ish maybe. Oh, okay. Times change. Let me get to my order hall too to loot my weekly. Why is Dalaran taking so long? I've noticed that TSM 4 was supposed to fix a lot of the lag with TSM in loading into new zones, and I don't see it. I should probably disable TSM completely. It'll help my load times. There it goes. 20i, we got accepted. Okay. Let me do this. KSM. No, TSM. Is it really? Is it just not here? Oh. Aha. There it is. Alright, that should help. Don't quote me on that. Just what I've been hearing. Yeah, ran Mythic Plus. Oh, okay. I ran a few dungeons here and there for Mythic Plus so far. I think the highest I've ran is maybe like a 17, 18, something like that. Okay, time to change my talent. Into the fray. Let's run Unstoppable Force. Anger Management. I like Rumbling Earth. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, we need one more person for this Mythic Plus key. So while we get the other person, let me go over to Skyhold. Loot my weekly chest. Can't say I've been looting it every week. I think every week I've done at least one keystone, but haven't been looting. Look at these bags. I need to get rid of all this nonsense. I can now vendor all of this loot. I no longer need to keep all of these sets for like a versatility heavy set. Maybe different tier set bonuses, different trinkets for different boss fights. I don't need any of that anymore. I get a Shiver Ma's Jawbone at the end of the expansion. Really, Blizzard? This would have... By the way, guys, this is probably like the second best in slot trinket for warriors in Legion. It's a really good stamp bucket. It helps you snare everything on a 1-minute cooldown. Versatility, a ton of verse if you're running Mythic Plus. I had never even gotten... If this trinket had an appearance, you guys would have seen me collect the appearance of it right now. I never even got it as a blue. It drops from Violet Hold. From Shiver Ma. Blizzard's trolling. You got a very high Titan Forge Shiver Ma early on? I never did. My highest Titan Forge was... in terms of trinket... I don't remember. I remember getting one really good trinket early on, but I even have the Dark Moon deck here because I wasn't getting any good trinkets, so I just bought Dark Moon deck because it was so good. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, I got this really good Moonglaive. I had a really good what is it called? Pact from Gul'dan, the bubble trinket. I had a really good one of those. Congrats, Orange Jesus is / lolling right now. I honestly had never gotten a Jawbone. That's terrible. The only way to get a good one was through the weekly chest or from a really high Titan Forge on Heroic, because Violet Hold is not on Mythic Plus. So the only way to get that was through there, because you can't do a Mythic Plus Violet Hold. But here it is. Alright, the most you could do is a Mythic 0. You would do a Mythic 0 and try to get a Titan Forge or Warforge. Damn it, Blizzard. Why you do this? Oh, we're looking for a healer at this point. Wait, what do we have this week? Bursting, Quaking, and Fortified. Not too bad. We have to watch Bursting on the crabs. And that's it. Quaking is just easy to deal with. Just run out. Fortified is not too bad on eye. Fortified is only bad on eye when we get to the pull right before the Deep Beard boss. Those guys can get a little out of hand. Your Jawbone was 905. Oh, so early on. Yeah, you had a really good one. Mythic Nighthold. Yeah, that's 905 is Mythic Nighthold. Because when TOS came out, so when the Mage Tower came out, it was after Nighthold before TOS was when the Mage Tower came out. And I believe the Mage Towers were balanced for TOS gear, which I believe started at 915. I remember I was item level 903 when the Mage Tower came out, and obsessing over trying to do the Mage Tower. I was Heroic Nighthold geared. Wasn't enough. I got the boss down to 4% in the first, like, I don't know, 2 weeks or something. And then after that, I was like, I'm gonna go insane doing this mage tower. I'll never get anything done. I'll never be able to finish another video. So let me just pretend the mage tower doesn't exist for a little bit till I get upgrades. Come on, healers. Oh, using my new mount. Walk on water. You did your mage tower DPS as 891. Tank was 902. What tank? What tank was this on? By the way, guys, the Dark Moon Fair is available till Saturday. If you want your BfA leveling experience to be a little bit easier, log into all of your alts before Saturday night and get your Dark Moon Fair buff, this guy right here, and you have 1 hour of 10% increased leveling when BfA launches on Monday on your alts. So just get your 1 hour and log out. Just a little random tip that you guys can do right now to help out. Vengeance. Oh yeah, you knockback wasn't a thing for you as a vengeance. It, you know, didn't exist. Did we get a healer? Oh, we did. Cool. Yeah, the learning or having to bait infernals as a vengeance wasn't necessary, or even bait the eyes. Eyes are gonna knock you around. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Get the new toy in Dark Moon Fair. It lets you eat popcorn. That too. That too. I need to go back to the Dark Moon Fair and get it done. Alright. Hopefully people are flying it over here. All these awakening essences from World Quest now. $690 resources. Should probably go get that done. Get a lot more Bloods of Sargeras. You wish you had popcorn for the tree. Now, nerds, now you need to do it on your alt with the popcorn toy. Your item level for the tank challenge was also slightly skewed since you used a WoD Mythic heirloom trinket. Oh. That was still putting in work? I didn't raid in WoD, so I don't know the power of the trinkets. Is no one going to help summon? Oh, hey, here it is. Someone else is helping. Everyone's just hanging out in Dalaran. Shield and plus 10% damage to demons. Oh, yeah, that was going to scale really well. I know there's a few trinkets that are out right now that still haven't been scaled back as much as they should. Like some mop and some WoD trinkets. That being said, I fully expect everything to get nerfed by the time, especially if any of these are active by the time Uldir goes live. No, it's going to be hot fixed. And if you're using broken trinkets to progress through Uldir, probably a bannable offense. I wouldn't suggest anyone start using those. All right. Oh, let's do this. No, not error speech. I hate error speech. All right, mount up. Do I think they'll make Dalaran the hub of the expansion later on again? Probably. It already came back once or twice. It's very easy for them to move Dalaran, you know what I mean? Like if there's another expansion and then they're like, hey, you know what? Both factions need to work together again. We want them in one city. Why don't we just bring back Dalaran? The assets are already there. Everything is already built in it. It's very small, so everything is compact. No one's going to complain about, I need to run for 10 minutes between the blacksmithing trainer and the archaeology professor. Like, it's just, everything is right there. Just get it done. Knock it out. Like, do you guys remember Shatrath? Shatrath was big. It wasn't terrible, but it was big and it was spread out. There was a lot of like the tabard vendors, the factions. They were all in one area, and then you had mount vendors in another area, and then you had the two factions kind of split up, the Scryers and the Aldor. You had those split up. In those split ups, you had different trainers in different areas, like a blacksmith trainer in one area. You had different banks and stuff. Like there was a lot, and it was very spread out. Any Azerite traits for Tranks that you're looking forward to? Sal, on my Demon Hunter specifically, there is one that if you fracture or shear, that fracture or shear can cause up to 4 other targets to also generate fragments. So on a Demon Hunter, you can get 5 fragments from one shear or fracture from an Azerite trait. That one's really good. Resto Druids have a healing one as well. Increases their frenzied regen by up to 2 seconds. And then you have for Demon Hunters, you also have another one that when Sigil of Flame disappears from someone, you get a bubble for like 40% of that damage or something, or for 100% of that damage. That's also going to be a really good one. Prop Paladins have one that when they throw their Avenger Shield, they get Mastery. It used to be they get a bubble, but they changed it to Mastery. Either one of those two choices is very good. Where are these people? They're not in here. And then for Prot Warriors, there's one for Demo Shout that I can't remember everything for, but there's very clearly like a best in slot Azerite trait again. There's some other ones that are just like Oh, that Demo Shout one is if you Thunderclap while Demo Shout is active, you extend Demo Shout by 1 second. So if you run Unstoppable Force and you Demo Shout into an avatar, and every other global cooldown you're going to be using is a Thunderclap, that means your Demo Shout is going to go up a lot, and it's going to be a really nice cooldown. When you logged in yesterday after a pause getting the quest from Sylvanas, there was like 100+ Horde player battle lines in front of Undercity. Oh, yeah. Molten, do you play on Jin, do you play on an RP server? I saw screenshots of an RP server that was doing that. You know what would stop it from being another expansion in a hub again? Mana bombs. Burn it. Just burn it all. The PvP was a slideshow? Sounds like it. Why? Can we just get the key? Oh man. Alright. DPS trinket had damage to demons. Oh. Wow. Yeah, that was a really good trinket then. I need for meta. Oh, okay. Got it. He wanted to pop meta before.
4, 3, 2, 1.
They gave me leads and they said, you have leads for timers. And I was like, okay. Can we get the key done? And he was like, I need you to do a pull timer. And I'm like, what? For the key? Alright, so getting Avatar up right now while I have shield block up is going to make a decent defensive. Not amazing, but decent enough to where I can pop decent ignore pains. And so now at this point in the pull, I don't want to pop another shield block. Here it is. Here's another shield block. Oh no, that was a quake from someone else and the lightning. Yeah, that's no good. Whoops, whoops, whoops. You don't want to run in there. All right. All right. Back in it. That was definitely high damage from those things, but a lot of it was that. Look at that quaking. Wait, what? There was... Did quaking get me there? I wasn't looking up at in the middle of my screen, but really? The group said that they don't like me already. Oh, man. Alright. So, here's a Thundering Stomp. Hey, that really hurts, guys. Hurts a lot more than it should. Oh, people are already dropping the group. Yeah. Look at that. Everybody left me to die. And... No! No, intervene! That's another rip key, guys. That is another rip key. Let's get the hell out of here. Guys, that was terrible. I've done other keys on live in 8.0, and that death at the end there, like, what the hell was that? No, that's not what I want. I want damage taken. The auto attacks, no. There it is. Thundering Stomp was hitting me for 50% of my HP. That Thundering Stomp was hitting for 21,000. I have 44,000 HP. And that's something that can't be blocked or anything like that. I know that there's some tuning bugs right now, like if you try to do Hyria on a Mythic Plus, she one-shots you by like a ton. This is a lot of damage. Everything else, Mighty Slam, that also hits pretty hard. You can block that, but Thundering Stomp, you can't block. Oh, man. At least you scroll up and read the trinket. I read it. That's a big bubble. That is a very substantial bubble, by the way.
What brings you here? Be careful.
Legion Mythic Plus is not what it used to be. Yeah, no, it's very different. And I've done a few keys. Like, I still do probably like 1 or 2 keys a week. But I hadn't done and yeah, that Thundering Stomp just completely destroyed me. But alright, guys, that is all we have time for. That is going to do it for today's live stream. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm sorry we couldn't get more keys on a Vengeance Demon Hunter. Doesn't seem to be that many people on beta. That being said, I will not see you guys on Friday, unfortunately. I'm going to start working right now on the tank rankings and then the boss guides. Alright, so boss guides for those dungeons are going to drop the first day of the expansion. If you guys are a patron, you guys are going to get them as I get them out this week. So no live stream on Friday to make up for the lack of live stream on Friday. When BfA goes live, what's up, Brendan? When BfA goes live, we are going to have that Monday afternoon, for me, Monday afternoon, a live stream. So I am going to be live streaming me leveling up and going through the dungeons. And then we'll have Wednesday and Friday as well as part of the regular stream. So yeah, something else that you guys can expect. We aren't doing Friday, but we are doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week, just to do more. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Brendan. I'm sorry. Brendan, I just tried to do a Mythic Plus, and I hadn't done EOA. And the giant, like, Naga dudes, I forget what they're called, like the giant hulking dudes, they Thundering Stomp for half the HP of my Prot Warrior right now. So that was kind of fun. It made my healer angry, and my healer said he's not using defensives and left. It was a rip key, but there's not much I can do with that damage. And then I mentioned Hyria doing one-shots, which, Brendan, you're the one who told me and has the most experience with that Hyria one-shot. So yeah, I will see you guys on Monday. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you to all the patrons and sponsors. You guys are helping keeping the lights on in this channel. As always, good luck tanking out there, and I will see you Monday. You pulled all the crabs? Oh, a bursting. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. Yeah, and regularly scheduled content for the rest of the week as well. I'll try to get as much done as possible. Patrons and channel sponsors, keep an eye out for that. That special channel on Discord you guys have. Keep an eye out there for those dungeon guides. I'll probably be dropping them even on the weekend. It's crunch time now. BFA's coming Monday. I'll see you guys for that BFA on Monday. 41 stacks? That's crazy. Alright guys, see you all in BFA. This was the last Legion stream. Wait, put the face cam back on. It's been a really good 2 years of streaming Legion. I'm ready for another 2 more with BFA. See you guys then.